Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth Association Championship Media Day. We are here live at They Say, Harper Woods on the east side of Detroit. We got some of the best coaches and players representing all of the nation's top youth programs here tonight. And we're gonna start off with just an opportunity just to really build up awareness about what's going on here in the city and let everybody know that youth football is here to stay. And I know people have been out here talking a lot of bad things about the community, but me, Curtis Blackwell, I'm here with the people, for the people, and we're gonna stand up today and let everybody know that it's a lot of positivity taking place. And these coaches right here are some of the best in the area. And we're gonna start off today with the 6U coaches, because the 6U coaches are the future of our whole city. This is where it all begins. And to my right, I got Coach Solomon here from the Southfield Falcons. What's up, Coach? Welcome to the pro. And right here we got Coach Garfield from the Old Town Ducks. What's up?
What up, Doc? What up, Doc?
What's up, man? So we are very excited to have you all here in the championship game. And I know that for a fact. Look, we got the Old Town Ducks. They're ready to get it in already, man. So what we want to do is talk to the coaches about what it is that allowed you all to position yourself to be here on this championship platform. This is the first ever Sound Mind, Sound Body championship game. And within that, you know, this is like a college game day environment. There's noise in the background, kids talking, but it's, you know, we had college game day. You know, it's all good. It's all love. But first thing first, you guys, what was your record this year, Coach? 8-0, undefeated. And so as you go through into the championship game, what do you think is going to want to be the biggest thing that the Southfield Falcons 6U team is going to have to do to come out victorious in the championship game?
Be locked in, man, first and foremost. We all know it's a team sport, you know what I'm saying? I'm a coach. I ain't a big thing of being an iron team is always a weak team.
Right.
My kids, I teach them that from the beginning, from the get-go, ever since preseason, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we got to be locked in, man. You know, practice make perfect, you know what I'm saying? So we got to show up. Be ready.
All right. Coach, what Coach say the key to the game is? What do you say the key to the game going to be? Locked in, right? Are y'all locked in? Yeah. All right, so Coach, introduce these guys that's locked in from the Southfield Falcons 6U. Who you got with you? Tell them what you got.
This is my running back / defensive end. This is Carter. This is my starting quarterback and my safety. This is Trey. This is my defensive end / defensive lineman fullback.
Okay.
Right here. You tell her name? Trent.
Trent.
This is my quarterback / receiver / everything, Tristan.
All right, everybody clap it up for the Falcons 6U, man. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Y'all undefeated, man. All right. And then to the left right here, we got the East Side Kings right here, the Old Town Ducks. Tell me, Coach, what was one of the keys for the Old Town Ducks making it out of division and being victorious on your side of the bracket to the championship game? What was one of the best things that you all did this year to get to this position?
Basically, it was different things, but I want to say our defense. You know, our defense held up, only gave up maybe like 25 points or something in the regular season.
25 points,
yeah, 25
right.
throughout the.
Right.
We were 7-1. We gave up 25 points throughout the regular season. You know, of course 19 to the Falcons. You know, they did a great job the first time. So this next time, you know, we gonna.
What was your record this year?
6-1.
6-1.
Yeah.
All right. One loss is to who?
To the Falcons.
To the Falcons
to
right
the
here.
team about to play.
All right. So this is the rematch, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a rematch.
All right. The big payback.
Hey, payback all
Big
day.
payback. All right, so look, tell me who you got with you, man. You got some riders with you, right? Who you got
Okay,
with
so
you, man?
look. I got Kenjai right here. This is our 5-year-old.
5-year-old.
He's starting corner. Six. He come back. Cairo, our quarterback.
Cairo, the quarterback.
He's 6'2". He come back next year. Both of these guys come back. Then we got Boogie, number 0. He our tailback, DN. Then we got Zay. He our athlete, number 2. And then we got Duke. We got Duke as my DN and then my tailback.
All right. Let's give it up for the Old Town Ducks, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm gonna get right to it. Right to it. Y'all lost the first time. What's the difference that y'all gonna have to do this second time around to beat the Southfield Falcons in the championship game? Like, what's the one thing that you got to focus on as a team to come out victorious?
Disciplined football and subs, getting my kids in and out, so it won't
mandatory play.
Mandatory play, so it won't determine the outcome of the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that'd be big, getting the kids in. So
rotating
your kids, you got to do it anyway.
Right. And the Southfield Falcons, y'all pretty much very seasoned at that mandatory play.
Yeah.
Y'all got a great system intact on how y'all doing that. But it's in order for you all to guard against a letdown in a championship game, what do you think one of the keys that you got to do to beat the Ducks this time around?
Like I said, man, the most important thing is not being locked in. Getting on time to the game, man, is always important because when you're dealing with 5 and 6 year olds, they need time to get together, you know what I'm saying, reps and all, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to playing, no matter how much you practice. You got to show up at the game on time, you know what I'm saying, so they can know what they're doing, know when to do it, and being locked in, you know what I'm saying. That's why I say, that's why I'm a key thing, always being locked in, especially when you're coaching 5, 6 year olds. It's different from every other age group because at any given moment, they can be in it, they can be out of it, you know what I'm saying? So that's the most important thing. Me with my kids, I've been doing this since preseason, man, you know. We started out playing in Ohio, and I had to show them then, you know what I'm saying? That was our first game we had from the get-go. And they've been pretty much locked in, but me as a coach, I'm not one of them coaches where I set my kids up and I just throw them out there to the wolves, man. I reinsure them every play, every inch, every down. That's just how it is. And as long as I'm there with them, I know they're gonna be there with me.
Right. When you in a situation, coaches like this, I think you all are the most important coaches in our whole league because y'all work with the babies. And you can tell the future of any organization by their 6U, 7U. Y'all agree with that? So, but it takes a lot of patience. You know what I mean? You got these guys, look at them, they throwing up the peace sign.
They attention span out
there.
Right.
So how do you coach 6-year-olds and be effective 6-year-old coaches? And what does it take to be a real good 6U coach?
I think from day one I established that boundary early. You got to get it in early, you know, because the thing is, if you're too nice to them, if you're just too passive, they're gonna walk all over you. You know what I'm saying? So I established that boundary early in the preseason when we in the gym in t-shirts and shorts still, you know. So that'd be the key for me, and then just kind of keep it going, you know, and let them know that Coach George don't take none of it.
Right. What about you?
With me, like I say, dealing with 5 and 6 year olds, you gotta have patience, man. A lot of people don't have patience. You gotta know what you're doing when you're dealing with these kids. When you're teaching them, you gotta know how to teach them in that manner of way when you're teaching a 5 and 6 year old, where you're reaching out to them in that where they can understand. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know how to teach 5 and 6 year olds, so that's why they don't deal with them. So like I say, the patience, being there, you know what I'm saying, and being a positive role model, showing them how to do it. You know what I'm saying? When you're showing them how to do it, you do it with them. Like when I want to do a push-up a certain way, I do the push-ups with them. When I'm running the lap, when I'm running a certain way, I'm running it with them so they can see. My coach, he's doing it this way, so I'm going to do it that way. Always, man, because they look up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? They still growing, so that's my way.
A lot of times in coaching, you know, so many people talk about the X's and O's. You know, you got to be good at play calling. But in order to be a real good coach, especially in our community, there's a lot of other things you got to do to be a good coach. You know, you got to be a bus driver, an Uber driver. You might have to, you know, be a nutrition, feed your kids. What's some of the things that you feel like you do really well that's not related to football that makes you a good coach and that's held your team together to be in this position here that's not related to just being an X's and O's? Because a lot of times, I feel like our community doesn't give our volunteer coaches like you all who don't get paid anything enough credit for the work you do beyond just being a play caller. You know, they look at you like, you know, like, hey, this guy's just out here just running around calling plays, but you really like an uncle, a father, a teacher, preacher, all at the same time. What's some of the things that you do that make you really impactful in the lives of the young people you work with?
One of the things is showing them love, man, unity, doing things outside of football where it's a brotherhood and you're going places with them, you're showing them what's important, and they're going to listen to you. Once you show them that type of love, that type of unity, they're going to listen to you on any other level, no matter what you're doing, because they're looking up to you first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, for sure, you got to.
Yeah, what about you, Coach?
So it's basically the same thing Coach just said. You know, it's just doing stuff outside of football.
Things outside of football.
Like with my guys this year alone, we did a lot of things that was off the field. Like rather we went and stayed a night at a hotel and they swam, or you know, we went to a water park, or we rented out a theater and all the kids watched the movie. You know, so it's just different stuff. You know, and you have to do that because some of these kids, you basically only hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up. All right, man. So as we wrap up here, the 6U championship is coming up next weekend.
Yes, sir.
Any final last words you want to say to everybody, you know, in terms about the Old Town Ducks? Let people know what to expect from your coach. What you want to say?
I just want Coach Monday to know that it's not going to be like the last time. You know, so I'm looking forward to playing Coach Monday and the Southfield Falcons, you know, and we'll just have a good game and a good injury-free game for all of the babies, you know.
Same thing to me, man. Like I give them my blessings, man. Make sure we don't be no hurt, harm, or danger during this game. Everybody have a good game. No bad vibes at all. But he already know it's hard to beat me, man. I'm one of them type of coaches where, you know, I'm not gonna let down. And coming from Falconda, man, we used to winning, you know what I'm saying? Okay. As much as everybody against us, you know, we gonna win, and that's the only way we know how to do is win, you know what I'm saying? So, but good luck to George, man. He's a good guy, man. We have phone conversations out of this. He know what it is. So we bringing it home, baby.
All right, let's clap it up for the coaches, man. Let's clap it up, man. Good job. Let's take a picture real quick. Can you take a picture of all of us real quick? Let's take a shot right here. Players step on up. Coaches step on up. Y'all shake your hands, man. Right here, man. Hey. Hey, calm down. Y'all shake hands. Be more better than the East Side West Side matchup for the AU championship in the city of Detroit. All right. We got the underdogs from the East Side, the Old Town Ducks, and Coach D-Lo. What's up, Coach D-Lo?
You all right?
All right. And then on the right, we got Coach Cash and the 8U Southfield Falcons. What's up, Coach Cash? How you doing?
Check.
All right. This is what it's all about. Youth football, we here. It's all love. It's all fun. And, you know, I think, you know, this whole thing that we're doing right here, right now, is all about putting more positivity in our community. It's been a lot of negative vibes with people, you know, trying to destroy what we're trying to hold together in our community. That's youth football. And Lord knows I done got my butt kicked this year, but I'm still going to stand tall for these young kids. And I'm only doing this today because of this man to the left of me, Coach D'Angelo. It was his idea ago to say that we should do a press conference or a media day for the championship. I couldn't do anything because they had not won the game yet. But I said, when I hung up the phone when he spoke, I said, man, this young man right here spoke it into existence. Coach D-Lo, tell everybody why you thought it was important for us to have this event today. And I know we're going to get to the game and all of that, but I want to give you a moment to say this is a great idea and we appreciate what you're doing, being one of the more seasoned guys in our community, but why you thought this was a big deal for us today?
Well, the reason why I came up with the idea is because as of right now, we are trying to do things nobody else is doing. We want to show that our league is above everyone else. Everybody sits up and go on social media and talk mess back and forth about what they're gonna do. Nobody ever sat down like heavyweight prize fighter and talked next to the guy.
Okay.
So when I thought of it, I immediately called you and just shot the idea to you.
Right.
That's all it was. And it had nothing to do with me. Because like you just said, we was a long way from the championship game. I just wanted to see this happen. I didn't care well, obviously I cared that I'm up here now, but the whole purpose was about the overall league.
Right. Yep. That's what's up. And that's what it's all about. So, Old Town Ducks versus Southfield Falcons. Coach Cash, tell us a little bit about your team and what really was one of the keys to getting your team here. What was your record this year? And what was the key to your team offensively or defensively? Which part of your team you feel is the strength of your team?
Well, we were 7-0 undefeated. It's a testament to these boys' hard work. And as far as what's better offensively or defensively, I would say the offensive side of the ball.
Offensive side, all right.
I think that's one of our strengths offensively.
All right.
We're clicking.
Okay.
You ain't got 0 and 7. Good luck.
All right, so you did not come by yourself. No. I see you got some young men standing behind you. So can you introduce the fellas that you got behind you?
Sure.
And tell us who they are and what position they play?
All right, this number 0, Austin Davis.
Austin. What's up, Austin?
Athlete, but he plays running back, wide receiver, defensive back. This is Emory McWilliams.
What's up, big dog?
Number 9.
Good.
He plays D tackle, quarterback. He plays our 30 back, which is our fullback. DN. Most of my guys are utility guys. We try to teach them all positions. So if you hear me name a lot, it's not guessing. They just
slide on down. Slide down.
Yeah,
yep.
And slide in. This is William McMichael.
My guy. Man, what's up, dog?
Better known as
You better tighten
Man.
that handshake up, bro. There you go. Good handshake, my guy. All right.
Man plays outside linebacker, running back. Then we split him out to the 30 sometimes to block. He, like I said, utility guy.
Right.
And this right here, this all my kids special to me, but this is a very special kid to me because he's one of the best kickers on the AU level and kickers on the younger level don't get a lot of credit. So this is Jacob Good, number 23.
Right.
And like I said, best kicker on the AU level. He also plays defensive back and safety. So corner and safety. So. Yep.
Was any of your kids up here was student of the month for your organization? Did you have any of your guys that were the top students in it?
Not one of these guys, but I did have a top student of the month.
Who was the student of the month?
And his name is Roger Bird.
Okay, that's what's up. Thanks for that. Let's give a round of applause for the Southfield Falcons, y'all. All right. So on the other side, we got the Old Town Ducks. Coach D-Lo, what was the key for your team to get to the championship? Like, what part of your team really fueled your drive to the championship round?
Believing.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about
I kind of sound like Deion Sanders or whatever, but it's the truth.
Post-prime?
Yeah, but in reality, my team started off, the weakest team in my organization. In the beginning of the year, we used to get whooped by the 9U above us. We used to get whooped by the 7U underneath us. But we stick there, we keep coaching, and they believe. So now, we here at the big dance. Once again, it's prom season for us. This big. We got something to prove.
Y'all do?
Absolutely.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
What was your record this year?
It's 5-2.
5-2.
About to be 6-2.
About to be 6-2.
Absolutely.
You keep speaking into an existence.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not even a question.
Right. So tell me about the guys behind you that believe. Who are the believers of the Old Town Ducks that you brought with you tonight?
Well, technically, it's 26 believers.
26
but I had
believers.
to pick 4.
Okay. And who are the 4 that you picked?
The 4. Starting over here, number 1, his name is DJ. I don't do real names.
Oh, you don't do real names?
I don't do real names.
Okay.
I do nicknames.
Nicknames.
And bumps, but we're not going to go with that right now.
Okay.
The next one, number 20. Oh, let me stay with DJ. He's a running back. Linebacker DN. Okay. Utility man like everybody that he said over there.
Right.
With the white on, his name is SJ. He's a receiver running back. Okay? He's going to score on number 3. Next to him is number 3, Jeremiah. He the big dog. He's going to smash all of them. At the end of the day, the best running back in the league, 0. His name is Chi-Chi.
All right.
He's going to put on the show.
All right.
Come next week.
All right. Let's give it up for the East Side Old Town Ducks, y'all. Let's go, man. All right. All right, Coach, man. Hey, look, this is what we came here for, right? This is what we want to know.
To lie to the fans, we ain't come here for that.
Really?
This is an upstanding organized league that we're in, and we tell the truth because we're raising young men to tell the truth.
I'm glad
Nothing
you know
that
that.
man say he believe in,
Right.
but he got to make his kids believe.
Right.
So I appreciate it. I didn't interrupt. I let him, give big props. He don't do real names. I know every one of my guys' first and last name and nickname, so I was able to do real names. I may not know these guys' real names. I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know who gonna smash who. We don't do all that, man. We come to the field, we line it up, and hey, the record speaks for itself.
So did you all play this year in the season?
Yes, sir.
We played.
What happened when y'all played this season?
Sound Mind Somebody does a beautiful job of recording games. It's on the internet. We won.
They won that game. They won. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, though, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Now, so
is that game, no, my question to you, is that game going to be worth bragging after you lose?
I only brought it up.
I mean, you brought up the game of the past.
No, Blackwell brought
I asked the question. I did ask the question.
And you brought up and said that you guys haven't recorded. Is that game going to be worth anything?
I'm just saying
after
if
you guys
want to
lose?
go look at the truth, it's on video for facts.
Absolutely.
Not for conjecture.
So let's get to the facts right here. What's the key? What you got to fix and clean up in order to come out victorious the second time around? Like, let's talk specifics. X's and O's football, all right, to believe in it, and I know you got your guys believing, but let's talk football right now. What you guys got to do on the football side of things to win in the championship?
Higher
Stop the
secondary
kid.
clearance.
You going to answer? Oh, stop the kids from getting to the outside.
All right, contain the football.
Contain.
Right, contain the football, all right?
Yeah.
In order for you all to win again, what do you all got to stop for the Old Town Ducks?
I'm not done with him. The kids. 21's a great shifty guy. 0 is very physical. 3, calm. They got some athletes over there, don't get me wrong. But if they don't got 0 and 7, good luck.
Wow.
Good luck.
So as we like to talk about football, I think it's bigger than football. And youth football is always, people always criticizing youth football and the things that are going on. And I always commend black men working with young black men. And I think that should be applauded because without this, it would be a big void in our community. And so many times people say, cancel football, cancel the league, no more games. Why do you think football is important to our community? I mean, we know we're talking about game, we're having fun, but look at all of us coming together. Why is it so important that we got to keep this thing going for youth football in the city of Detroit?
Got to get the kids something to do. We have to.
Right.
No matter how much, at this moment, this is a prize fight for me. I'm talking mess to you just to make it exciting. I don't say nothing on the internet or anything. This is for the fun right now. But in reality, they're a very, very good football team. Well coached, and kids is very talented. So it's going to be a fun event. But to answer your question, it's about giving the kids something to do.
Right. Yep.
For a long time, we go over the time frame that we're probably supposed to in Little League football. That keeps these kids active.
Yep. That's what's up.
We don't want to imagine what could happen if they didn't have that.
Right. Yep. What about you?
And from my perspective, this being my 7th season, youth football has allowed me to influence or have my influence on about 300 kids that I probably couldn't have reached out and gave any advice to or mentored over the years without youth sports.
Right.
So we gotta have it.
Right.
We gotta have it.
And I just want to say, on behalf of the community, I appreciate the work that you all do. Without you all, there would be a huge void. As we wrap this up and get to the next matchup, what's the thing that you want to say to the audience watching this live? This is live. What do you want to talk to the people about the Old Town Ducks? You and your players, what y'all want to say as we wrap up?
You got something to say? You got something to say? Make it quick. You got something to say? Okay, basically, I just want to let everybody know to come out and support the league when it comes championship day, Sunday and Saturday. Okay, it's going to be a lot of good football. That's basically it.
Coach, last words.
They believe in us. Who else? See you Saturday, Coach.
All right, clap it up, man. For the...
That was cute.
Hey, D-Mac, take a picture of us real quick.
That was cute.
Take these off and take a picture real quick.
Hey, so Jeff, Chevy here, Coach here, gonna be here, Mookie not here. But we got Rams Wyatt, he here, and he can step in for 7 and 9. I mean 7 and 10.
So we don't got anybody for the 9?
We got Nash coming out. Nash about to come up, then he can do Rams 7U, so we can have the Rams, and then he doing 10U.
All right, that's good. Coach. Hey, Coach, take a picture. Y'all shake hands. All right, so right now next up, we got Southfield Falcons and the Eastside Raiders, 9U championship matchup here, live on deck. We still here live at They Say, all right? It's going down, championship, another matchup, another old school matchup, Eastside versus the West Side, okay? We got Coach Hodges here from the Eastside Raiders, and we got Coach D-Mac from the Southfield Falcons. All right, we're very, very, very excited about this matchup. Two historic organizations that have done a tremendous job of really holding it down for our community, all right? I don't think you can find two more historic organizations in the Metro Detroit area than the Eastside Raiders and the Southfield Falcons. First things first, though, I would like to introduce Coach D-Mac and the Southfield Falcons. Coach D-Mac, thanks for being here today at this Sound Mind, Sound Body first ever media day for the championship game. Tell me a little bit about your team this year, because I would think you probably the most vocal guy in the whole league. You done got plenty of warnings for your broom on the field, but you love your kids, you go hard, and you mean no harm, and it's all good, and that's why it's so fun to be here today. But tell us a little bit about your team and what makes your team look good. Is it the offense, the defense? And then after that, we're going to have you introduce your players, some of your players you got with you.
A little bit about my team. This will be our 5th year. This will be our 5th year being undefeated within league play. Yep. You know, they all like each other. My kids don't argue about who's scoring, who's going to get the ball. You can watch the videos. They be so happy when each other score. They all run around. They dance together. They hang out during practice, during the games. You know, and the thing that make us the strong part of our team is probably our defense. You know, because offensively, only one guy can carry the ball. But on defense, everybody can make the impact every single play. And all of my kids know it. So every single play they line up, I call them pit bulls. I got a team, I got 30 pit bulls on my team. I don't got the biggest team, I don't got the fastest team, but what I got is pit bulls. Mean, angry, vicious, violent pit bulls. And when they come line up on defense, everything they see, they trying to kill it. It's over, it's done. So that's probably the strong suit of our team is our defense.
Okay. Introduce these pit bulls you got.
Starting on my left, one of my starting running backs, King Daniels.
All right.
He's my MVP last year. Probably led the team in yards and carries. Next to him is Kwame Good. He's my Heisman last year. He led the team in touchdowns. The guy right here behind us is Christopher Wilson. He's new this year. He came from the Raiders. He was there last year. He was their MVP. He's one of my starting running backs as well, starting outside linebacker. This is my son, Dylan McBride, Little Mac.
Little Mac, what up, though?
Start middle linebacker, and he gets some reps at offense at running back. Over here is my other kid, Anthony Jordan, starting receiver, and that's my shutdown corner right there.
Were any of these kids your student of the month this year? Any of your guys your students?
No.
Okay. Nope. Who was the student of the month for the South?
The student of the month was actually on 9U. It was Justin McKinney, one of my other kid, actually my girlfriend kid.
Okay, that's
so,
what's up.
you know, she worked late. I wasn't about to have her try to squeeze down here and bring them.
All right. Let's give a round of applause for the Southfield Falcons 9U, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. From the east side, Coach Hodges here. What you got, Coach, man? Tell us a little bit about your team this year. You know, what your record was and how you got here, and introduce a couple of these fine young men that you got here representing for your team today.
My team is hard work. We just grind every day.
Okay.
It ain't easy to play for me. I'm always on their necks, but I definitely build a strong bond with these kids. I've been their coach's flags since they were 5 years old.
Oh, really?
So I know what they like, what they don't like. We family.
Right.
I also been a part of the Raiders when I was a kid. My dad was around. We're family. 50 years. This where I'd rather be. No other place.
Right.
But we just humble, grinding. Definitely blessed to be in this situation right now. I've never been in a championship. This is my first year.
Okay.
First year as a head coach.
First year as a head coach, first championship.
With my guys, I've been with them since 5. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's
That's what's up.
definitely a blessing.
Right. And introduce your studs you got here with you, Coach.
This
Who you
is
got?
My son,
Your son.
quarterback Aiden,
Right.
and this is my godson. His name is Ryu.
Right.
I met him when he was 5 years old. He couldn't catch, he couldn't do nothing. We worked, he got better and better every year. So
Now,
we're just here to get better.
is that receiver that everybody talking about?
Yeah,
that the Southfield Falcons gonna have to deal with?
That's it.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Let's give it up for the Eastside Raiders, y'all. Let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about. Eastside Raiders. So did you all play each other this year in the season? You did? And what happened when you played the Southfield Falcons this year?
They whooped us bad.
What was the score?
32, 34 zip, something like that.
32-34 to zip. So tell me, Coach, how you gonna fix that this next time around? How you gonna not make sure that you don't have a championship letdown? What's the things you gonna clean up to have a better performance this time?
Just make sure my kids have fun first. The first game, we kind of overcoached it and overplayed it and made it bigger than what it was. You know what I'm saying? This time around, it's just about making sure they have fun.
Right.
Just leaving it all on the field, no matter what the outcome is.
Right.
Like I said, I've never been in this position. This is my first year head coach, first year champion. I'm just blessed to be here.
That's what I'm talking about. Coach D-Mac, how do you do this in terms of making sure your team doesn't guard against a letdown, and then you got this big receiver? How did you all take him out of the game the last time you all played, and you're going to ensure that you don't let him get loose this time around?
The first part of the question, how do I make sure my team don't let me down, is my method is a little different than Coach's method. Coach method is have fun. We don't come play football to have fun. We win to have fun. Losing isn't fun. We're winning. Every time we step on the field, we're winning. We're not out there to have fun. We do team events to have fun. When we step on the grass, it's business time.
Business, right, business.
You went Monday through Friday to earn a paycheck at the end of the week. And we don't want our paycheck short.
Right.
But the second part of your question, how did I take him out the game? I put my son Anthony Jordan on him. He was on him all day.
Right here?
Right there.
Anthony Jordan, you the DB, you locked him up? That's okay.
Yeah, I think he probably had one pass on him.
Okay.
And that's all I did.
Really?
I put one guy on him. I didn't double him. I didn't roll nobody over the top.
Right.
I put one guy on him. Do your job and do it correctly. If you don't do your job, I will replace you.
Wow.
He did his job.
Wow.
One catch out the whole game.
Wow.
I'm proud of him. My baby did good. Taught him well.
So since that time, have you been able to open up your offense some so that you can get him the ball a little bit more? Is there anything that you have changed your offensive scheme so that you don't allow him to get locked down? Is it true that he just one-on-one locked him down?
That's true. I mean, our line we got beat in the trenches. You know, we got beat up front. We wasn't blocking. We can't get the ball off. We ain't blocking, you know. So we had to make some changes on the offensive line, definitely. You know, I'm not taking nothing from them. They did their job. We didn't. They wanted it more than we wanted it. You know, but it's still about having fun because at the end of the day, these 9-year-old kids, you know what I'm saying? Some kids ain't even blessed to play football. Some kids don't got shoes, socks, nothing like that. So it ain't always about, you know, winning and hard work. This is just about having fun sometimes.
You got a nice quarterback that got a big arm too, right?
Yeah, my son right here.
Your son, you the quarterback? You be throwing that pill, don't you, boy? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, well that's what's up. So I know we always like to talk about the X's and O's of football, and I want to make sure that we talk about the other side of it. What else do you have to do in order to be an effective coach? Because so many times they see the Facebook posts, they see some of the things that you hear on social media, but what is it that you do outside of coaching that people don't really see behind the scenes that we as leaders, as coaches, got to do a better job of vocalizing so that people can give us credit for the work that we do in our community? Tell me some of the things that you do that are not related to X's and O's that help your young man become successful, but really, in the same time, are essential to your team being undefeated.
The main thing is what I learned when I coached at De La Salle, turn boys into men. So almost every lesson that I give them, every time I'm telling them something, is me telling them you have to chase perfection in everything you do in life. Not just football, in the classroom. Everything you do has to be perfect. If it's not perfect, because it never will be perfect, you know you tried your hardest. You did damn good. You aimed for perfection. You aimed at the stars, you got to the clouds. I'm happy with that. They know that they are held to a higher standard. You're a student athlete. Everything you do will be magnified. If you mess up, you messed up a whole lot more than the other kid that's not a student athlete that you're with. He's not going to get in trouble. You will get in the word of hurt. You'll probably never be able to play football again. Everybody's going to look at you like you're the most worst person in the world. You're not. You're a kid. You did what kids do. You did what young men do. But you're not allowed to do it. Society holds you to a higher standard in everything that you do, no matter what happens. You're always held to a higher standard. I tell y'all that all the time, correct? Always to a higher standard. So as long as I hold them to a higher standard, I have a very, very great group of parents that hold them to a higher standard. They hold themselves to a higher standard. At least we got 30 kids. Hopefully they'll teach one. There'll be 60 kids, and that one would teach another one. We got 90 kids that all hold themselves to a higher standard. Okay. Everybody's standards is too low for everything going on. We watch it at the football games. It's not the kids causing problems. It's adults. They got low standards, so they cause issues and ruin it for their kids.
Right. Coach, what do you do to teach your men to be more than just football players, and how do you coach that? Because a lot of times they see you all in the championship game and they just think it's all about the X's and O's. What else do you do with your kids to help them become men or be responsible young brothers in the city?
I'm definitely there for my kids off outside of the football field. I go to their school when they have other things outside of football. Parents call me when they got good. They call me. I got a lot of kids that come from like the King homes, so a lot of their fathers not around, and I am that father figure for them. They can call me for anything. I don't care what time it is. I don't look to do this for credit. I get my credit from God at the end of the day. I love doing what I do. I do what I do from the kindness of my heart.
Right.
And I know for sure I'm going to be blessed at the end of the day. Like, I'm always there for my kids.
Right.
School, basketball programs they get into, anything outside of this, I'm always there.
Right.
We talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of my kids, they have problems with, they get bullied at school. They call me. Like, I had a kid 2 weeks ago was getting bullied. I went up to his school. His mom called me. I go up to his school. I'm active in my kids' life. You know, I want them to know that I'm going to always be there for them outside of this, regardless. When it's over, I want them to be able to say, I can call Coach Mill.
Right.
Some kids don't have that outlet where they can call somebody and have somebody have their back. A lot of people give up on kids.
Right,
you know? I just don't want I just want them to stay out of trouble, get good grades, and just do the right thing, you know?
Right. And this is an important platform for us because we take it on the chin all the time, and so many people out here have posted messages about stop youth football, stop youth sports. But if we don't stand up for our young men, if we don't stand up for our community, who else will? Let's cancel the whole season. Let's cancel all the games. What would we have happening in our city? What would our young men do? You heard it here first from these young men right here that this is bigger than football, and we're just using football as a vehicle to reach our young men and keep them active and keep them busy. And thank God that we have these young men that can take time away from their families and their personal lives to give back to these young brothers right here. So I applaud you all, and I thank you all for your time, your commitment, and that's really what's going to continue to raise and elevate the status of our community. I'm going to pass it over to D-Mac to have some final words as we get ready to wrap it up so you can say what you're going to say, Coach.
Yeah, the taking football away from the inner city youth, it isn't the answer. They have nothing else to do. They can't go to back when I was a kid, there's a million recreation centers. You can walk right in and play basketball. That's what little black boys like to do, play basketball. They can't walk to the park and play basketball. They can't go in the community center and play basketball. None of these schools open up their doors so they can go play basketball. You try to find your kid a basketball team, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Then you go take football away from them. The halves are gonna be okay. The halves can drive the 15 mile and go play football. Right. They got somebody to get them there. The have-nots, that kid that rides his bike to practice, as Coach said, he got king of home kids that's not able to do some things that other kids do because mom and daddy both at work. So this kid has to ride his bike. Then he getting home, this is his first time seeing his parents. You take football away from them, whether you have this super bred athlete that ain't did nothing but play sports that can run and jump, now what is he gonna do? He's gonna climb through your window. He ain't got nothing else to do. He's bored. It ain't because he need to eat. I'm bored. You got a dog in your yard and you don't give him an outlet. You don't play with him. You don't feed him. You don't play with him. You don't walk him. You don't spend time with him. He's gonna dig holes in your backyard. He's gonna tear up your house because he's got nothing else to do. So as the adults continue to ruin Little League football, the city won't have Little League football, and the have-nots will be climbing in your window, will be taking your car, and will be causing all kind of trouble, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to a 15-year-old that climbed in your window. Because if you shoot him, you're going to jail. Yes, it's your house, you're still going to jail. There's nothing you can do. You can't beat them up. 5 or 6 little 15-year-olds, you don't stand a chance with them, and all they did is play sports all their lives. They done worked out every single day. You can't take nothing. Hey, we need to get basketball, we need to get the community centers back. These schools need to stop being selfish, Blackwell.
You're right.
The DPS schools have got to be they're selfish. Open it up the gym, let the kids come swim, let them come play basketball. Yep. That's what we all did when we was kids. Yep. We was able to go walk right to it's bored, come on, let's go to community center. Right. Let's go to Bustles.
Yep. Coach, final words from you, Coach.
I agree with you. I grew up on Mac and Montclair. I went to Joy. I was able to go to Brewer Recreation Center, swim, play basketball. You looked up now, everything closed. You ain't got nowhere to go and play or do nothing. So how else we gonna keep them out of trouble? Stopping youth football, that'll be one of the biggest mistakes could ever happen.
Right.
I had a kid I just met that's on my team. He's 9 years old. And he reached out to me and wanted to play football. I take him home. We stay in a project. He hanging out on the corner with kids, with guys that's 30 years old, 25 years old. And I told him, if I catch you on this corner again, it's going to be me and you. Don't ever let me catch you hanging out with these guys again. Because they ain't good for you. Since that day, he ain't hung out with them guys since.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man.
We need this outlet will help you. It helped me when I was coming up. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nobody to look to. Bernard Snowden gave me a chance. I didn't start playing football until I was 13 years old. He took me on and gave me a shot. Ever since, I never looked back. He believed in me. All it takes is for one person to believe in you, and you can go so far. A lot of kids don't get that at home. A lot of kids don't get love and affection from home. They get it from their coach or the football field. I got that from the football field.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can't stop this. Like, we need this. Our youth needs youth football.
Right. You heard it here. All right. Matchup, East Side, West Side. All right. We got the Southfield Falcons versus the East Side Raiders. Championship game coming on up. Let's give a round of applause for the Falcons and the Raiders, y'all. All right, you gonna get a picture real quick? Yeah. All right, take these off. We're gonna take a picture right here. 7U up next. Well, this is what we've been waiting on. All right, I'm gonna let the. Ready? All right, so we got Coach Kerry Morgan here from the Southfield Falcons. All right, and we got Wyatt. All right, legendary Coach Wyatt, who's also the Scholastic Chair for the Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth League, and also the overseer principal at Loyola Academy representing. All right, and everybody want to know where the West 7 Rams at, and I heard they at practice, but we've been waiting to get this matchup going because the 7U Rams and the 7U Falcons is the matchup that everybody want to see. They want to know who got the real colors and who's really supposed to be representing them the best. And this is one of the best matchups that we can have in a championship game. And I know for a fact that we have two of the blue blood historic organizations, not only in Detroit, but across America. When you look at the Rams and you look at the Southfield Falcons, no other organizations in an area has produced as many talented players as these two. And so combined, we have a historic matchup, and I guarantee you that there are some 7-year-olds that are in this game that are going to be guys that are going to be playing on a high school and college level that you're going to be hearing about for years to come. And that's really what's so exciting about the 7U realm of football, because you know that you can see these guys are destined for greatness. And so I want to say, Coach Wyatt, first and foremost, tell us a little bit about where the 7U Rams at, and what's going to happen this weekend, on the next weekend in that championship game.
Sure. So real quick, shout out to Jeff and his staff. They laser focused right now. I'm representing them while I'm going to represent the 10U in a minute, but they don't take no days off. So as important as this is, practice they felt like was more important. They got much respect for this team and the organization and what they produce, and so they didn't think it was they can't take no days off. They got to be highly prepared. So right now they're in the trenches, getting in practice. So I'm here to just kind of represent them for the moment.
And Coach Morgan, man, thank you for being here and thanks for representing. You got your whole squad here. Tell us a little bit about what was your record this year?
We were 7-1.
7-1. And who was your one loss to?
To the Rams.
To the Rams. Okay. All right. So tell us, what was the key to your season this year being so successful? And then after that, introduce your guys that you got with you.
Brotherhood of coming together. Our first year being together as being the head coach and being the head coach of these guys. So coming together, we went out of town to Savannah, Georgia. We went to Cincinnati.
Okay.
We became close. We got together a lot on the weekends. A lot of their birthdays done came up. Just about everybody up here done had a birthday already. We all spent time with each other, with one another. And we just gelling together.
Right. That's what's up. Introduce these young studs you got with you, Coach.
Right here. This MJ, QB1.
MJ, right what's up, MJ? You smooth? Everybody got on shades, man?
Yep.
Okay.
This Lito, number 4.
What's up, big dog? You good? All right.
This DJ Uno.
What up,
1.
Uno? Number 1.
Yep. And this Bryce, this our leader, this our speaker. Hey, he comes over our prayers, anything we need at halftime, he's there.
All right.
Our number 1 leader right there.
Big dog right here.
Big fella, Agent Zero.
How old is he? How old is he?
8. No, he just turned 8 in August.
Man, y'all see this guy right here? Y'all see this guy right here? Damn, man.
We were ready, huh?
More ready, man.
We were ready.
Man, this is Detroit football, man. Detroit football out here represent, man. We got some talent out here in the city. So why did you see the first game, man? Was you
man.
So tell us a little bit what the Rams got to do, again to come out on top, because that was one of the few losses that the Southfield Falcons had in the entire organization. So what was so critical to you all coming out on top in that first one?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, coaches stayed together. They had a game plan. They didn't really waver away from that. Luckily they came out the season undefeated. Opportunity to really go. They led by a couple kids that I was told to make sure I mentioned. So they feel Jenner is JoJo. He the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So JoJo really been holding it down. Shout out to Jacob and Justin. You got Ryder. Can't forget Duke. Devin, and then of course Baby E. So they got a group of kids that's really hungry to win. They play for each other, and it's hard to beat the team twice. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to beat the team twice, but I think preparation makes sure that you're not lacking. So that's why they are practicing out here.
So on your side, Coach, what happened in the first game? How did you all lose the first game? Because that was the only loss. And so what is one of the things that you got to clean up as a team to come out victorious in the championship game?
We had a few coaching errors, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you actually acknowledging coaching. It wasn't the referees?
No.
It was coaching. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, man.
At the end of the day, the first thing you need to do is take the ref out of the game.
Right.
If you take that ref out of the game, you
don't
have to blame him in the end.
Right.
I would never blame the kid, because it's the things that we put in the kids as coaches that's going to determine on what they do out on the field.
Wow, that's what's up.
At the end of the day, we changed those few coaching errors, and we'll be all right for this next one.
Right. So what was the score in that game?
19-6.
19-6, all right. So defensively, who you all got to stop that he mentioned there? Like which number or which guy that you thought was the guy that really...
He named a few of them, but...
Right. Which one that you think that really hurt you?
10.
Number 10. What did number 10 do? What did he play? What position does he play?
He's fast. He's a running back.
Oh, he's a running back.
Fast guy, comes outside.
Right. Well, he really broke y'all up a little bit, huh? Yeah. All right. That's what's up. All right. So
that's why we're here to get our lick back.
Oh, y'all here to get y'all lick back? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
We want a chance to get our lick back.
Ain't it so sweet when you get a chance to right all your wrongs in life?
You don't even got to talk at that point.
You don't. Coach, as you talk about the West 7 Rams and what's going on, what is it that you think that makes the coaches and the staff so good at developing young people at that age? Because I feel 6U, 7U, those are the most challenging ages to work with, because sometimes those young men have short attention spans, and sometimes their parents kind of baby them still and coddle them. What do you think that the Rams do that make them so good with that 7U group to be undefeated and positioned to make a run, not only in this, but you guys are poised to go to regionals and nationals as well?
I think it really comes down to understanding of what the ultimate goal is. It's to have fun. It's also develop your kids. And it's also to make sure you put coaches in front of them that implement the strategy needed to be successful. And again, shout out to the Southfield Falcons as an organization. They kind of got a blueprint. I think coming over to this league, we were already a premier team that understood what it took to be successful. We've been winning for many years, and I think it's just an opportunity for us to kind of clash. And I think the coaches respect each other, the kids respect each other, so it's going to be a good game. It's going to be played the way it's supposed to be played, and the best team going to win. But the blueprint got one up, so we feel pretty confident going into the game.
Coach, outside of the football part of it, you know, when you're working with kids like this at this age, what else do you do? Because a lot of times, and we really going to be big on this, to really develop young men and not just all be about wins and losses. And so many times they say, oh, them Falcon guys, you know, they over the top. But what else do you do that most people don't see behind the scenes to build brotherhood, to keep these young men together, and to make them a team and gel so that they can go out and be successful?
Just teach them accountability,
discipline,
camaraderie, brotherhood. Be there for them. Make sure that at the end of the day, you have people that come from all walks of life. And you want to make sure that they know that you are a father figure, or like our team mom, a mother figure in their life, that somebody they can come to, they can speak to, not just somebody that they see from 6 to 8. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that they know that will come to them. Just like their parents will, and just be there for them. You know what I'm saying? Just love them. Love on them. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that they know at the end of the day that it's not just a 6 to 8 where my parents paid for me to be out here and that's it. That they know that, you know what I'm saying, that we come together and, for the rest of our lives. I've been coaching for 18 years and these kids are going to come back at 25 and 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, that was my coach. He taught me this. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need to be about.
Wow. Thanks. That's a great story. That's a great testimony. Wyatt, as we get ready to wrap up, what do you realize and see that makes just step back, because you've been around, you're OG, how many years you been coaching and being involved with youth sports?
Probably 10.
Yeah. But you also develop a young man off the field as well, right?
For sure.
Tell a little bit about what you do within Sound Mind, Sound Body, and in your real career.
For sure.
Because you wear multiple hats. Yeah. You're a writer, author, and you're also a leader, and you're also a board member for the Southfield Falcons and the Sound Mind, Sound Body youth organization.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, what's important is we got to emulate what we want kids to be. And so I think we got to continue to give youth sports back to the kids, making sure it's focused on them. What we don't realize is win or loss, at the end of the day, these kids still friends. They be on the sideline throwing the ball, whether they won the game or lose the game. It'd be adults that's more connected to us. So I think we got to keep putting positive people around them that understand that it is a game, that is a tribute to what happens in life. We continue to do that, and we molding young men and women, but molding young men to understand what adversity feels like, how to win with class, how to lose with class. And if we continue to do that, sports is really going to prepare them to the next level of their life, and that's really what we all do, and that's our job. Right. Yep, that's our job.
Did you bring any copies of your book with you?
I do. I got one or two copies.
So you come back with your 10, can you bring it up when
For
you come
sure,
in
absolutely.
All right. Yep. All right. And final words to everybody. Let people know what to expect from the Southfield Falcons. I mean, it's a lot of hype around if the Southfield Falcons going to win championships on all the levels. What do you want to say to the crowd and let everybody know what you're going to bring to the table for this next championship matchup to right your wrongs?
Well, first and foremost, if that's what Southfield Falcons expect, win on all levels, no disappointment over here.
Okay.
It's going to start off with 6, and it's going to end with 13. No disappointment this way.
Wow, okay.
On top of that, we coming to play. Just be ready.
Be ready. Any final words for the West 7 Rams?
At the end of the day, we're the blueprint. At the end of the day, right now, really, the pressure not on us. We won up. We just gonna continue to prepare. May the best team win. But if you're late for the game might be over. So just make sure you're there in enough time. Get your seat and get ready, because we come to play for sure.
All right,
for sure.
Let's clap it up, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. There we go. All right. Let's get a photo real quick, Coach.
Y'all can't win on all levels, because I'm about to bring my killers up here, so you know that's my
Hey, continue next. Okay. Okay. All right. So we got so now we get to the nitty gritty right here. We get into the nitty gritty. We got the 10U up. Man, this is a classic matchup right here. All right, we got the West 7 Rams 10U versus the Eastside Raiders 10U. Coach Bonds right here. We got Coach Wyatt right here. The Eastside Raiders, this is a historic year for them, celebrating 50 years, right? 50 years, let's give it up for the Eastside Raiders and 50 years of football in the community. That's what we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's an honor to have you all be a part of the Sound Mind, Sound Body League, because I feel like you all have helped establish the culture of youth football in our city. You know, you take the Rams and the Raiders away, you take all the tradition away, and you look at the amount of players that have come through your organizations combined, you're talking about the city of Detroit's finest. I mean, the amount of kids that have went and played high school level, college level, even some pros, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. And to think that we got the Raiders and the Rams in the championship game, this is going to be a great, great deal. Coach Vines, we want to start off with you first. Tell us a little bit about the Raiders this season. What was your record this year, Coach? What was your record this year, Coach? 5-2. 5-2, and you made it to the championship game. Tell me, what was the key to you all making it to the championship game? Because most times when you lose 2 games throughout the season, sometimes that can derail you. But you all were able to overcome those losses and get back on the track and get hot at the end of the season and really create some momentum that you all were able to ride to the championship game.
One of those losses is questionable, but
okay,
we ain't gonna talk about
okay.
But, it's all about adjustments, man.
Okay.
It's all about adjustments. That Falcon game, the first game, they handled us real well. You know, we watch film, always watch film, and you put in that work. You adjust.
Right.
And the main thing, we won't get no shootout with them. Let them play our game. Let them play our game and just hit them. You just hit them, man. Aggressive.
Right, playing aggressive
football, physical football. That's what we play. Physical football.
Right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Made adjustments. It's all about adjustments, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, beat me twice, fool me once, you gonna fool me twice.
Okay. Hey, Coach, well, go ahead and introduce your dogs, man. You got some dogs with you. Who you got with you, Coach?
This is Kari right here.
Where Kari?
Yeah. Right here, this Kari.
Oh, yeah, my guy right here, man. King Kari, man. What's up, my guy? Max X, baby. Yeah, man. You got the shades on, man.
This Debo.
Debo, what up, Debo? All right.
This is my scholar. This is the scholar right here.
Student of the month. Hey, we got to bring up. This is student of the month.
Student of the month
all right. That's what we all about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good job, big dog. That's what I'm talking about, big dog.
This is my big fella, Duran.
How old are you? 10 years old right here, man. Big dog, man. What they feeding you over there, man? You must come out to King Homes. Okay, that's what's up, man. Let's give it up for the Eastside Raiders, y'all, man. What's up? All right. Next we got the West 7 Rams, man. We got the West 7 Rams. And what was your record this year?
6-1.
6-1. So what was the key to y'all season this year and getting to this point? What was the best part of your team? Offense, defense? What really fueled your team to get to the championship?
I mean, it kind of depends on. I mean, we scored 200 points on offense. We only gave up 7 on defense. So I'm gonna give it up to defense, and I'm gonna asterisk that 7, but we're gonna leave that alone. But I'm gonna say defense definitely leads. You win championships with defense.
Right.
So our defense is lights out, and our offense we can score every once in a while.
Right. So we know who you are, but introduce your squad. Who you got with you,
Man,
Coach?
listen, I got a bunch of killers with me, but let's start off. We got my nephew, this TJ. We call him Flash.
Hey, what's up, my guy? What's up, my guy?
One half of our killer linebacker side over here. We got Beast Mode.
What's up, Beast Mode? You got the ice on, man? Damn.
All right, one of my leaders on the line, we got my boy Jaden right here. And if you don't know, you better know this Dozier. Everybody knows Dozier. So these are 2 linebackers, and they like that.
All right. Who's that sitting next to you, man?
It's Coach Collins. He don't really talk too much.
Oh, he don't talk?
That's Coach Collins. That's our DB coach.
All right. Did y'all play the Rams this year? So y'all didn't play each other this year, right?
No, we didn't get a chance to.
So from what you know, Coach Bonds, of the West 7 Rams, what do you think you're going to have to do to win this game? Like, what's the one thing that you're going to have to do a real good job on to stop the West 7 Rams?
Stop that offense.
Stop that offense.
They fast.
They fast.
They got big backs. They like to pass the ball, too.
Right.
They like to pass the ball a lot, too. So we just going to, like I said, we just going to be aggressive, man, because I seen them play. I don't think nobody hit them either. Like the Falcons. Nobody got physical with the Rams. In my opinion, if I watch film, nobody got physical with them. So our thing is to be physical with them too, like we got physical with the Falcons.
Right. That's all East Side physicality, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So they said they're gonna be physical with y'all, Coach. And I know you do your homework because you were definitely a teacher and you very thorough. What do you know about the East Side Raiders that you feel like you got to do a good job on to come out on top?
Let me say this before I say that. So I appreciate having to stop our offense. In the words of my boy, Coach Cal, who's our defensive coordinator, you can't win if you can't score. So I think they got to be more worried about trying to put points up than stopping us from scoring. Our defense don't give up points, period. So I think that's the key, just as a tidbit. But I think for us, I think they're a very physical team. They're a resilient team. So even when they down, they find ways to play together as a team to kind of make things work. So we really just got to control the momentum of the game, continue to play like a team, and hopefully we get favor and win.
Right. So on their team, what do you know about their team that you feel like is really good about the Raiders?
I feel like collectively, defensively, they are physical. I think they play as a team. I think they got some players that really can stand out if you give them opportunity. So you really don't want to, put yourself in positions to gamble too much because they can hit you in the mouth. So yeah.
Coach Vons, what kind of coach would you consider yourself to be? I mean, there's a lot of type of coaches. Are you more of a hands-on coach, a very, very intense coach, a laid-back coach? And tell me how your coaching style relates to the young men that you work with, and how you adapt to meet them right where they're at, Coach.
It's about life. I teach them. It's because it's more than football. So we talk all the time. I text them. We talk like. I know they got their own fathers, but I'm like a father to them too, you know what I'm saying? So
right.
I take it to the field, it's like, we like a family, for real, you know what I'm saying? All these kids, they was on the team last year, they didn't even play last year. And I'm the type of guy, I don't call kids, they come to my team, all that. These homegrown kids, these kids have been here all the time, and they all homegrown. They ain't been from nowhere else.
All homegrown Raiders.
All home from Flag.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't call parents come to my team. I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that.
That's what's up, man.
I coach what I got.
Right.
I coach kids up. That's what I do.
Right. That's what's up.
I coach kids up, man.
That's what's up. Coach, what about you? What's your coaching style, man? What's so funny, man? Why you laughing, man? What's he gonna say, man?
Listen, at the end of the day, we want to coach the best players. Right. Best players want to go to the best orgs. They want to have an opportunity to win. Right. And they reassess at the end of the year.
You trying to say there's an elephant in the room or something, man?
it is what it is. Like, we got kids, we got winners. So at the end of the day, it's what it takes to win. Right. What happened is You get a lot of kids that'll come over to a team. You're going to have things filter out. You're going to have kids leave. And our motto is those who stay going to win.
Right.
And so that's been the formula. We got a great opportunity to do that. Shout out to Coach Mook, our head coach, and Coach Cal and Mac and Pac and everybody else on our coaching staff. At the end of the day, we just want to put a product on the field that we think is successful, and that's what every kids want to play with us, but they got to play Ram-style football, which is discipline, playing for each other, and put your egos to the side. Every last one of these kids can get the ball every single play. I can give any one of these kids the ball every single play. Some of these kids ain't never touched the ball, and they don't care because it's not about them. It's about how can we work as a team to fulfill the dream, which is to win a national championship. This just happened to be a stop on the road. So we just take care of what we got to take care of.
And what's your coaching style? What kind of coach are you? How would you describe it?
I'm a gambler. I'm an O coordinator. So I gamble sometimes when people don't like it, but that's how the game works. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna ride with my guys and we're gonna make things work. So
you like take some shots?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. So, Coach, man, outside of football, what else do you do with your young man to kind of help build this team? Because it seems like you have a very resilient team, a very cohesive team. But that's not just attributed to you calling plays. It's some things that you're doing. And I think our coaches don't get a lot of credit for those types of things. And I would like you to share that a little bit with our audience who's watching so they can understand that it takes more than just X's and O's to develop young black men, especially in a place like Detroit.
Oh, for sure. Actually, we got an arcade. And like making good, we put the whole arcade out for the kids.
Y'all got an arcade?
My homeboy got an arcade.
Really? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
The arcade, we put the whole arcade out for the whole day for the kids. You know, we just have fun, man.
Right.
Don't they do what they supposed to do? We have fun.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't they do what they supposed to do?
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't do what they supposed to do? We ain't having no fun.
Right. That's good. Right. What y'all do with y'all team to build this camaraderie, the cohesiveness? What do y'all do outside of football? You know, I know you call the plays, you're a gambler, but let's not even talk about that. What do you do? And I know, you guys see this right here, Urban Playbook. I'm shouting out my guy Wyatt. He hold me down. We holding him down. This is his book. So I know he got some mythology here that he uses to help build these young black men up and make them come together as a team.
Everything bigger than football. So if you don't have the grades, you can't come to practice. You got to go home and do some work. If your parent come to us and tell us you had a bad day, practice over, you run into your tongue fall out. So at the end of the day, I can't be involved in a team that wins. You have kids who don't have the right character to be young men. So it's way bigger than football. It start off with that. We pray every day. It's an understanding that God is first. At least on our team, God got to be first if you're with us. And so this is an understanding that football is really just a stepping stone for life. And these guys are real friends. They hang out on the weekends. Parents are swapping and having each other kids up into the game and all that. So it's really a family environment. I think what's most important is all of our coaches on our level, you got to be a certain coach. You understand? Like you can have the characters and all of that, but you got to have a certain character as a man in order to stand in front of a West 7 Rams team and really, mold kids. So that's what it's about.
Right. How long you been coaching, Coach?
17 years.
17 years, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. We appreciate your commitment to the young man and what you're doing, man. I know your son, man, he was in Sound Mind, Sound Body, and all the great work you're doing. What would you want to say to the community in terms of people? Because people talk about how the culture has changed. 17 years, and I know you've seen how things have changed. Parents, coaches, even within our school district. But why is it important? Why are you still coaching? And to all those people who say football, you football ain't good, it's trash, cancel football, why you still stay here? And why do you think we need to speak up for you football and these young men that's standing behind you?
You can't save them all. If I save one, I did a good job.
That's what I'm talking about, yep.
You try to save them all, but you can't save them all.
Right.
I got kids right now in college still calling me coach. I need this, I need that, or can you do this for me? I still be looking out for kids in college, after college, I still look out. They shouldn't cancel football because it's a unit, and you start stuff. These boys right here gonna probably be friends for the rest of their life. You cancel that, what they gonna do then? I don't know. Don't cancel it. You shouldn't. There's a brotherhood they started.
Right. That's what's up.
Don't cancel it.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Coach, why is it important that we keep this youth football thing going on in the community? I know a lot of people are, anti-youth football. They say we shouldn't play on their fields, and you know what the heat, because you sit on both sides. Why are you involved, and how could you speak up and advocate to those people who are looking at and saying that negativity exists within our community?
99.999% of the issues we have are all adult generated. These kids is friends. They friends in real life. I don't care if they're 8 or 14. When the game over, these kids go play. They go to the same schools. They go to the same church. They friends. They don't be having the issues. It's really the egos of adults that get involved that really starting to cause the issue. If we can get adults out the way and let their kids have fun and let their coaches coach and trust in their kids with them, it's not youth football. We just got to move back as adults and realize that it's really a game for the kids. And I don't care how many rings you have as a parent, at the end of the day, it really doesn't mean much. These kids just want to have fun, be friends, and play a game that they love. So if we get adults out the way, we'll be absolutely fine.
I'm talking about. Final words as we head into this championship matchup showdown, Eastside Raiders versus the West 7 Rams. What you want to say to the audience as you represent the Eastside Raiders in the Big 50, the Big 50, the 50th anniversary celebration? Somebody from the Raiders got to come out on top. Somebody from the Eastside Raiders got to win the ship in year number 50.
You're right. I hope it's me. I hope it's me. It's gonna be a dogfight. I expect the Rams. Like I say, they just speed. They got speed. And I speak on defense because I'm the D coordinator. That's why I speak defense all the time.
Okay.
I don't call offensive plays. So my job is to stop y'all. That's my job. My job is to stop y'all.
It's going to be a great game. 14 love. Don't be late, though. If you late, the game going to be over, y'all. I love them, though.
All right, final word. That's it.
14 love. You heard it here first.
All right, man. Let's give it up for the Raiders and the Rams, y'all. Let's go. 14 love.
Make sure y'all get the book, man. I got it. Here we go now. Got copies of the book. 14 love. Let's
get a shot real quick. Coach.
My oldest is only 14.
200 this year, bro. 206.
Shake hands, man. Let's get a shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right here at the camera.
Good luck, Coach. You know, I'm just talking again, bro.
Well. Here we go again. We got the matchup, the rematch that everybody has been waiting to see. We got the West Side Steelers and Coach Alante headed back for a showdown with the Southfield Falcons and Coach Jeter. All right, these two teams have been steamrolling across the country. I'm talking about steamrolling. Probably two contenders to play in Florida. All right, if they don't, I would say it's a serious letdown because both of these teams are loaded and both of these teams have the talent, the coaching, the experience, and they have had a schedule where they have competed thoroughly through the summer to be prepared to go and play at a national level. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn it over and introduce these guys. All right, first up, we got Coach Alante, and no need to introduce you. He's also the president of the West Side Steelers. Coach Alante, thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate you.
Tell us a little bit about about your season this year and how you got to be right here in the national championship game here for the Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth League.
All right, I'm Coach Alante, man. I pretty much got here from hard work, you know, hard work. I got a lot of good pieces in, a lot of big recruits on the off season, on top of the kids that I already had from last year that won the championship. And we just put countless hours of work in, just work, all day, all year, all night. And this is where we at. It's no surprise that I'll be here.
Right.
Because I put the work in.
Right.
The game was won in the off season, and I won in January with a lot of these kids, and that's how I'm here.
So, introduce these guys you got behind you. Who you got with you, man? I see you got a lot of riders here with you, man. Tell, I need to know.
Tough,
tell everybody who you got. Introduce these guys,
It was tough. I got Jason, one of the best receivers in the country.
Dixon?
Jason,
yeah. Top receiver in the country?
One of the best receivers in the country.
Okay.
I got Gerald, his twin brother, one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Okay, what up, Gerald? Wait, what Gerald play?
Gerald played quarterback.
Quarterback, okay.
I got Grant, arguably the best kid in the league. Go
right
back
here, Grant.
Grant, number 8.
What Grant play?
Everything, man. Grant play everything. I got Ziggy.
Ziggy, what up, Ziggy?
Ziggy a dog, man. Ziggy bring that torch to the team. D-line, O-line, tackle, whatever. I got Boogie, man.
Boogie
used to do it all, man.
Okay,
I got my guy Boogie. Then I got my guy right here, Willie.
Willie right here?
Yeah, man. Willie come a long way. You know, Willie one of the kids that, you know, people counted out countless. You know what I'm saying? Countless. But Willie been stepping up to the plate all year.
Okay.
And he's been proving that he's that.
Okay.
Then I got my guy BJ, man. You know, one of the most exciting players in the league. You know, you give BJ an inch, he take a mile with the football, any given moment.
Wow.
So a lot of great guys behind me, man. A lot of great guys.
Everybody, let's give it up for the West Side Steelers, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what we're talking about, man. All right. Well, Coach. One of the top teams in America here, man. Coach Jeter, man, and glad to have you here, man. Thanks for being here, man. Tell us a little bit about your team, man, and what you have done to get to be one of the top teams in America. Like, how did you all get to this place? Because it didn't happen overnight. And then after that, let's introduce some of the guys that you got here with you.
2 of the 3 guys I got behind me, them is still 7 years old.
7 years old, okay.
7 years old. We've been working 4 or 5 years, putting a lot of work together, got a lot of chemistry together.
Right.
A lot of their family hang with each other outside of football, they go to birthday parties, we like a tight-knit group out here.
Right.
We've been working since February, since Total Sports, putting in work in off-season until now.
That's what's up. So go ahead and introduce the guys you got with you, man.
This is my quarterback right here, ATM.
What's up, ATM McDonald?
All right, man. Ice ready.
All right.
Killer Cam right here. Probably one of the best running backs in the nation.
All right. That's what's up.
Christian Marshall right here.
My guy, Christian.
Head tap boy right here.
Head tap.
First game when he head tapped the kid up in the
First game, head tap. All right.
Go up top, first play.
Right.
So when the first play, it was the fourth. It was 4th and long. Y'all mistake. It was 4th and long though.
So let's get right to it. All right. We know that the first game ended in some controversy. As they say, sometimes the eye in the sky don't lie. And I know that left an unsettling feeling amongst both teams. And you guys are friends, not only on off the field, but on the field as well.
Correct.
And so, as though a lot of people thought it was some type of bickering, you guys have said it was all good because you knew that this rematch was going to occur. But tell me just a little bit to kind of add closer to that. How do you feel that first game concluded, and what you got to do to be better prepared for this next go round?
We just can't leave the game in the referee hands. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like I told my team. You know, they made some good plays, we made some good plays. We just got to finish the drive, you know what I'm saying? If we capitalize on what we had before that play, we never would have been in that situation. You know, the ref crew, that was over 40 years of experience. So, you know, I'm not saying they're allowed to make a mistake, but you can't get a better ref crew than what we had, you know what I mean? So just finish the drive and we'll never be in that situation. So next go round, we gonna finish the drive.
Right.
Yeah, that's it, we gonna finish.
Coach, man, and we talked after the game, we sent each other back videos, but tell the world what your perspective was of the last game as we add closer to it, because a lot of people say this and that, but I want you to just dispel all of that and let people know, because I know people try to damn near put an asterisk by a game that you feel was clearly decided on the field.
I mean, I look at it like this. Honest opinion, there was some bad calls on both sides.
Right.
As far as the kickoff return, I believe we got it back. They might have got a bad call on the spot. But at the end of the day, when we got the ball back, we had the ball back with 8 minutes to go in the game. So no matter what you say, we ran out 8 minutes without them stopping us, running the same exact play. So at the
Say that one more time.
We ran 8 minutes out of the game, running the same exact play.
Same exact play in the same exact spot. 8 minutes.
8
Right.
minutes.
So in order for you all to win this next round, y'all got to stop the same exact play because they can't keep the ball for 8 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
What's your solution for that going into this next round, Coach?
I mean, we were prepared. You know what I mean? We got a lot better. Since that week of football, we've averaged 35 points and only gave up 6. You know what I mean? Off another busted play. So defense has balled out tremendously after that game. Like I said, we averaged 35 to 40 points and we gave up 1 touchdown 6. So defense, you know, they in a much better spot, much better situation. So just gonna play ball.
And I will say that, Coach, for as much as you all have some great skill players on that 11U, you guys like to bump and grind a little bit and play physical. Tell me a little bit about that mindset and that identity that you have and where it comes from to really have that physicality.
I mean, we've been to Atlanta, we've been over the country, and we play Falcon physical football. That's what we want. We want a hard grind football game. We think that we're tougher than you. We're gonna out-knuckle you. You know what I'm saying? And if you want us to spread you out, we'll throw you. I got a bunch of players. I don't have just one guy. I can go like you stop the middle, I'll go outside. Stop outside, I'll go up top. And we play defense. We don't get scored on. You know, I'm saying I like the 40 boys. We played them twice, and they ain't never scored 40 on us.
Right. Coach, what's the name 40 Boys come from? Where did that come from? How y'all get the name 40 Boys?
So we was down in Florida last year. So we was already averaging. My offensive coordinator, he's been my OC for 3 years, and he's been averaging 35 to 40 points a game in the past 3 years. So we was down in Florida, and we played a couple teams, and we put 40 on them. We pretty much didn't call ourselves the 40 Boys. It was a guy on the mic. You know, he came over, and he kind of called out all 4 of our games. And he pretty much just gave us that name. He walked around the corner like, man, these boys done put 40 on them again. Then the next game, 47. Then the next game, 40. So he pretty much gave us that name, and then the kids took it and ran with it because the BMF series came out, the 50 Boys, so they kind of took it and ran with it. So that's where pretty much all came about. So and we just took it and ran with it. Every team got their little slogan. So that kind of fit us because we was on the biggest stage of my career and theirs too. And they made a name for themselves. So that's what we go by. That's what we do.
Right. You know, they say it's hard to beat a team twice. And that was a closely contested game. It was one of the largest crowds of a youth game that I've probably ever seen in a long time. And so when you think about what's going to happen and how hard it is to beat a team twice, what's the one thing or the 2 things that you all feel like you got to do? Because if you watch that game, you can see that both teams played very well coached. What do you got to do to really stop them? And I know as a coach, you're doing your homework, you watch the film, you prepare. What's some of the things that you got to be able to take away to beat this team again, specifically related to the Steelers?
Well, as far as the run, they didn't really get a lot of running. And a lot of times when they got first down, they went to number 8. And we got a lot of times we made the adjustment I feel to stop it. And if you look at the film, any besides that, he the only person that got a first down for them.
Number 8.
That's it. Everything else was shut down.
Right.
So I know to be sure they made their adjustments. We made our adjustments.
So y'all really making sure that number 8 doesn't really beat you all like he did in certain situations.
I'm looking at all of them.
Right. Okay.
7, 21, 6.
Oh, you got your homework.
I know every last one on their team. What they do.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Right. All right. So as you look at it, what players? Because man, you know they had a big running back that was just what was the running back number that was running? The bus. Man, that bus was rolling. But who you all keying in on in this next game to really make you all get to the next to win and come out on top?
Honestly, man, we keying on ourselves, man. Like we approach this game like a regular game. There's no knock to nobody on his team. He got some good players. But if you go back to the game, all their best players, all their highlight plays, we stopped. They went to the air on 4th down a lot. You know what I'm saying? They got bailed out with a lot of face mask penalties.
They got a lot of face masks?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Quite a few face mask penalties on 4th down that gave them another drive. So we pretty much keying on ourselves trying to play mistake-free football. No knock to his guys, man. His guys is good. I had a pleasure of coaching, Austin, who's also one of the best quarterbacks in the country, like no doubt. So, I know they got top-tier guys over there, but, we go in and we worry about less penalties, less mistakes. It's playoff football. Number 9 that they got over there, the boy run the ball hard. He can drive. Just got to play ball. No big, ooh, rah, I got to watch him. Because they've been together since 7. Right. So anybody could be a surprise. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they score off a lot of big plays. Right. So we stop the big plays and make them do what, you know what I'm saying, they don't usually do. We'll be all right.
Right. Jeter, Coach, and I know, you know, you one of the leaders of the Southfield Falcons and even of youth football here. I see you got Coach Marshall here. Big shout out to Coach Marshall. Give it up to Coach Marshall, man. You do a great job, you know what I'm saying, working with the kids. What is it represent for us as a community to really get some good work in here? Because as you all go travel, because your goal is to be a national champion. It's not just to win a city champ. I know it means a lot to win here, but how important it is for us to have good quality football here in the city so that you all can go to regionals and the national tournaments and really be prepared to win, because that's the goal, right? To win a national championship.
And one thing I said about this league is great about this league. Last year we was in, NYFL. We just ran through that league. It wasn't no competition. You know what I'm saying? Every game we 40, 50, so it's hard for us to really get a gauge on how our kids play. We play the Steelers, I give it up to them. They're a good team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're a bad team. They're a good team. They bring the coaching out of us. You know what I'm saying? We can't just sit back and say, oh, we ain't getting ready, we ain't watching no film. Right. Believe me, we watch film, we get ready, we work these kids hard to get ready for them. Right. We're not sleeping on them at all. We're not saying they're a bad team. Right. So I believe that is getting us ready for national. Because we go to national, we got to play a different kind of football. State football, disciplined football, and defense got to fly to the ball.
Right. Coach, your goal is to also win a national championship as well. How important for you all and your team to get this quality work here locally so that you don't got to drive all over the country, but you can say, hey, I'm in a league where I can play the Southfield Falcons and I can see where my team is at, so that way you can have a good gauge of how you need to be better as you get ready to prepare to go to regionals and nationals.
Honestly, it's very important. You know, like me and Jeter talk a lot. So, you know, I'm not, I know as well that they've been ranked the #1 team in America. Right. You know what I mean? So to say that is, you know, that's big to have one of the #1 teams ranked in America in your own backyard. And you can constantly get work with them. It's going to be a nice dogfight game. You know what I mean? That right there alone lets me know my team can battle with the best of them. Like I say, he been with his kids since 7, man. And you know, when I say #1 in America, you got Rare Breeds, you got OG Ducks, you got SCD Wolverines, and you know, on paper, you know, he's better than them. So it's most definitely huge, man. It's most definitely a blessing because it kind of helps my team a lot. You know what I mean? Because I know when Jeter talked to them guys, you know, and they asked who that, you know, Jeter put me in a lot of conversations and a lot of group texts with the other teams across the country. So it's big, man. So, you know, we had our first year traveling. We went to Texas, played RCU, one of the better teams in AYF. You know what I'm saying? And they got us, but it most definitely made us aware. And then to come home and play a team like this. So it's very important. It's very important. That's the thing I like about this league. We got all the heavy hitters in one league, back to back to back to back. You know, you don't get no better than the Cubs, the Falcons, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Rams in the inner city. You know, and it's been years the Southfield Falcons has been across Southfield, so we didn't care about it. You know what I mean? But now they're here. No, it's great work. It's great work. We need it. We need it, man. We need it in order to get ready. Because when we go down there, we both gonna win the national. So it's gonna feel great to bring 2 home.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I love the work. I love it. I'll play this guy every day if I could. It's real.
Coach,
especially until I win.
Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Coach, outside of football, man, I know, you know, you like to have fun, but I mean, you know, you're a real person, you're a father, you're a leader, businessman. Talk about some of the other things that you do that most people don't know with your young men to help mentor them to become more than just football players, because I know you guys really care about your young people, not as just football players, but as real young brothers.
Well, I tell the football team, school is first, no matter what. Second. You know? I tell them all the time, every year everybody can go out of town, get your parents working on you for not doing your homework. Football second, I said, you ain't got good grades, you can't play on my team. You got all these, that ain't my team. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the guys that's on my team have my number. They can call me. I'm like in a group text with the whole team. So they search certain things. I tell them, you know, certain messages and things like that. And a lot of them, like my little brother, a lot of them I pick up and ride with me at football games. You'll watch Saturday, you'll see 2 or 3 of them, like all the time. Like that's your kid, no, that's just my, you know, my players. I got a different relationship besides just being a football player. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. What's up? Coach, what about you? What do you do with your young men off the field that's not related to football that really helps you? Because to do all that traveling, you got to be more than just a coach. You got to be a father, uncle, a mentor. How do you do that to keep this team together, especially in the community and where you at, where it's not a lot of resources. You got to be creative and resourceful.
Correct. So I just make my business to be in all of their business. You know what I mean?
You make it your business to be in all of their business.
All their business. Everything
how does that look? What does that look like?
Everything they got going on, I want to know about it, and I want to be a part of it. First, I let the team know that I love them. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. We practice at McKinsey, you know, where I grew up at, Joy Road. I like to call myself the neighborhood hero. So I showed them that this is where I'm from.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Football is not all you have, but you can use this tool to make it. And so we just have conversations. We have team bonding, you know, everything. My team moms do a great job putting things together. One thing about this odds and evens and this July deadline, everybody got a birthday right around the corner. So everybody got a birthday party. So we do a lot of bonding, a lot of team fundraising, man. Just a lot of stuff off the field to let them know that we want to be a part of their life, not just football.
Gotcha. That's what's up. That's what's up. Final words, Coach, as we get ready to wrap up. This is the last time we'll get a chance to talk before the rematch, the game of the year, to play it back. And our goal is that this game is even better than the first one. And that was one of the things that I thought was the takeaway, is that so many times games like that don't live up to the hype. But for all of us that were standing around watching, you know, it was really a good game, and it was good for the community, it was good for the city. What's your final words as we get ready to wrap up, Coach?
Give y'all another good show. We're going to come well prepared, like I know we're going to come well prepared. Hope we have another crowd like we had at the last game.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Dan had, I ain't never seen a little league game with that many kids. That many people watching. 11U football team. So
11U.
That makes a difference out here.
Yeah. And it makes a difference for these kids to see all these people watching them, and they get a chance to play on that stage. What about you? Your final words, Coach?
The first game don't count when I win the championship. Let's play ball.
Let's go.
Let's play ball.
Get a shot real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Take the mic off?
Yeah, take the mic off real quick. We'll get a shot between y'all two. Give me a handshake with y'all too, man. What we looking at? Which one?
We'll take y'all eyes. All y'all looking at 3 different guys. The card got it.
All right. Thank y'all, man. Good job, fellas. Here we go. We wind it down here. And we are with the 12U matchup. All right. My man Sterling Anderson, man. Where the hell you at, Sterling? You a no-show, man. So Coach Jeremiah gonna fill in. Coach Von's gonna fill in for the 12U Raiders. All right. But we got Coach JT here with the Southfield Falcons. And, we got the 12U undefeated team. And they're here just to talk a little bit about this matchup. Another East Side, West Side matchup. East Side Raiders versus the Southfield Falcons. And, Coach, introduce your team and tell us a little bit about your season this year. How did you all maintain an unbeaten schedule, through the schedule that you had this year?
The way we took care of that business.
Oh, hold on. We gotta put this on. Damn.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we ain't even get it together.
Nobody gonna be able to hear what you got to say.
Oh, man. You good, dude? You good? All right, the way we handled that, every game we made sure we took it like it was our last, like we could actually lose it. I know it's a lot of games, a lot of teams out here that a lot of people overlooking. They're going into the games, they're not practicing for them. We going into preparation the same way every week. We working the same way, we making sure we working the hardest. We going hard like we going for nationals every game, and that's how we keeping it up.
You got a couple of your guys with you right here. Who you got with you?
Right now I got, first we got Jaden Mott.
Jaden Mott, track star.
Track star over here.
Guy, you know
Receiver, DB.
Receiver, DB, athlete.
We got Drew Taylor, running back, QB, linebacker, everything on defense.
Big fella.
Both of them multi-sport stars. Mott, track, football, basketball. Drew, basketball, football, baseball. Handling their business.
Right, that's what's up. Coach Vines, man. Raiders, man, they had a great team this year, man. Sterling always finds a way to get to the championship game, man. Tell us a little bit about, I know he got some top guys, Mylan Griggs and them. Tell us a little bit about the 12U Raiders this year, man.
The thing about Sterling, this is why I think he might got a chance this year, because he ain't got nobody for nobody else. I'm feedback on what I said about my homegrown kids. That 12U team, because they was on the D team.
Wow.
This is the first time Sterling got no kid from other teams, so he might pull it out this year. No offense, good game, but he might get a chance to get it this year, man.
You know some of the guys he got, Christian Mylan, talking about a couple of.
I coached all them kids.
Tell everybody who he got on some of the top guys he got on the team on the 12.
Guys, we got Big Twin, that's number one. Big Twin number one. We got Christian, the tall kid, light-skinned kid, he real fast. We got Marmion, that's 0. We got Mylan, play DB and quarterback.
Wow, that's what's up. Yep. Now, you all played the Raiders this year? What happened the first time y'all played the Raiders?
26-6.
26-6.
26-6.
Right.
Score look a little more lopsided than it was, I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
They got a solid team, a lot of players over there. But like I said, we game planning every week. We actually going watching the film. We taking every team serious.
Right.
We actually got these boys sitting down watching film, watching with us, watching together, watching by watching by themselves, just getting it all the way around. You know? Right. So we was ready for that game.
What do you think is the strength of your team this year, Coach? What makes your team special and unique, and how would that position you all to make a run for a national championship?
I could get into the players, but everybody got good players. We can look around the league. Everybody has good players. It's the unity of this team. Like all these boys, they locked in. They wanted to play together this year. Right. This wasn't put together. They wanted to play together. We got kids that were asked to play together. Right. The best from this team, the best from that team. They had seen each other in the championship. Right. They decided to put all that to the side. I'm not worried about who getting the ball, who playing quarterback, who playing running back. We're about to load up. We're going to get it together. Right. And they playing it the right way. Everybody playing it humble, by the book. And I can't complain right now. I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now.
Did you see the first game, 12U Falcons Raiders? Did you see any of that game, Coach?
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
And why was you disappointed? Tell us. I mean, let's keep it real and talk.
Because I know they can play better than that. I know that team can play way better than that. And they got embarrassed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to me, they got embarrassed.
Right.
I told them they got embarrassed. They got
embarrassed. In what ways? Why you feel like it was an embarrassment?
On defense. On the defensive side of the ball.
Tackling, misplays, breaking assignments, discipline, what?
Yeah. Most important was discipline. They weren't disciplined enough. Matter of fact, it was close for a minute, and the Falcons just took off.
Right. Falcons.
I
He said that's how. By the way. So.
Take away from our team though. We coming, we game planning, we playing these games, and we taking care of business. Let's focus on that. They didn't play a bad game, we played a better one. And that's what happened that game.
It's hard to beat a team twice, and you know that, Coach. Definitely. It's hard to beat a team twice. What do you got to do to beat this team the second time around? Like, what is it that you're going to have to really focus in on to beat this team twice? Because I know they got some good players, and you know Sterling does a good job, and you can't. And I know you say you're doing your homework, making sure you don't take things lightly. What do you got to really do to focus in on to make sure you beat this team twice?
Really the same thing. Same thing I said. We got to take it like we playing a brand new team. We can't go in thinking we playing the same Raiders. Can't go in thinking they gonna play the same way. They coming the same way. It's a brand new game. I'm assuming they got a brand new game plan, but I'm approaching it the same way. I'm watching all the new film. They watching the new film. We paying attention. I know the players. I know almost every player on the 12 level. So we know the players, we're accounting for them, and I'm accounting for Sterling too. That's who I'm playing against. I'm coaching against Sterling.
Yeah, and my man right here, man, what's up with Coach Marshall, man? He seems like he involved.
Hey, no, listen.
Man, come sit up here, man. Go sit right here, man.
I want to be totally honest though. Like, this is one of the best situations I ever been in as far as being a coach, because I don't have to take over everything. I don't have to call every shot. I can sit back and do what I'm doing on defense, get my defense together while the offense running. I know they getting it together. I turn my back most of the time. They tell me we scoring when we on our way to the end zone. And this will make the situation so good. He handling his business, I'm gonna handle mine on my side, and we coming together to make sure it's whole.
Right. Coach Marshall, man, I'm gonna let you talk for a minute, man. I don't know, you all know, legend right here, Coach Marshall, man. State record. High school football holder, man, you know, rushing touchdowns with the Brother Rice, and played at Northwestern. Been involved with youth sports for forever, and he's involved on the high school level. His son, one of the top quarterbacks in the country. His other son is playing for the Southfield Falcons. Coach, thanks for all you do. You also help out with Sound Mind, Sound Body. I don't think you've ever stopped working and coaching.
It's all year round, man. All year round.
But man, tell us why you so involved? Because you were just up here talking with the 11U, now you with the 12U, then you got high school. Why you so involved with this? I know it's bigger than just your kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love all the kids. And for me, like, I don't have no kids on this team. I go Friday with high school, I go Saturday with 12U, I go Sunday with 11U. Two things. A, keep me out of BS, honestly. But I like the reward to giving it to the kids. And when I see these kids in high school, the ones that are fortunate enough to go to the next level of college, and them come back and tell me what it meant to be part of what we did, means something. And I know at the end of the day, if I'm doing right by the kids, everything else fall out. That's why I've been in the youth game since 2001 when I started coaching high school and youth. 21 years. 21. Every year has been a blast because I do it for the kids. I don't do it for the adults. I don't do it for the other coaches. I do it for the kids. So when I'm doing it for the kids and I know I'm doing right by the kids, nothing else really matters. That's all that really matters. Then I get to work with somebody like JT. So I was with the 11U staff for the last 3 years. JT came on. He been doing it by himself his whole career. One-man band doing it all and doing it well. Wow. To give him some relief and help, I'm like, hey, I can help you out with you handle everything else. His son, Black Magic, he say he'll do all the work. They call him Black Magic. he do it all. Drew plays quarterback, running back, fullback. He'll go to tackle or guard if we need him. Defensive safety, corner, linebacker, and defensive line. He'll do it all with no problems. Don't ask him questions and just do it. But kids like that make you want to keep going. You got kids like Jay Mott, works his butt off all year round. He do Sound Mind, Sound Body with us. They work their butt off all year round. They great kids to coach. They don't complain. They just get at it. So for me, it's a blessing. I learn more from them than they learn from me. It keeps me humble, and they keep me up to par. So it's a win-win for everybody, in my opinion. Yep.
And I want to give a special shout out to my homeboy Sterl, man. You know, Sterl, that's, man, me and him went to middle school together. Dorothy Fisher went to high school together at King. And me and Sterling been riding together, man. He look out for my kids. I look out for his kids. And no matter what you know, everybody knows Sterling gonna find a way to be in a championship game. What you think that makes Sterling a good coach, man? Like, honestly, man, what you think is Sterling's secret sauce?
His secret sauce? He don't tell nobody his secret sauce. I don't know the secret sauce. I just know he end up he found a way to get a championship. I don't know. I don't know, man. Hey, he have a team that you think ain't gonna be nothing. They think I know Sterling in the championship. I don't know how he be getting in there.
I'll tell you the secret sauce. I know Sterling's secret sauce. Look, man, Sterling been going at it for years, since the Powell days. Sterling's one of the best coaches to come through Detroit, Michigan in the last 15 years. Every team Sterling got is go block and they go tackle. They go be disciplined, and that's football. If you block, you tackle, you're disciplined, you go be in there at the end. The games that he did lose in the ship was just bad breaks. Like, I've been there in dogfights with him. He just caught bad breaks. It ain't the coaching. He know what he doing.
How many times he beat you?
None, but that ain't the point.
Oh, okay.
He been there, though. No, hey, he been there. Where's Sterling at?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sterling, they say you ain't show up because you ain't never beat him, man. You got
No, they ain't say that, Sterling. You know that. Hey, don't believe the hype. We know you. Hey, any given Sunday, Sterling, any given Saturday. Don't believe that.
Hey, you gotta represent, dog.
Hey, look. Here y'all go.
So, JT, though, man, congratulations for being such a good job with your team, man. But talk a little bit more about what you do outside of the football field to really build this camaraderie, and how do you manage all of these guys by yourself, being a one-man show? Because a lot of teams have 4 or 5 coaches and can't get them together. How do you do it? What's your approach?
I wouldn't really say one-man show, because as long as I've been coaching, I've had a support system.
Okay.
I had some of the same parents around, some of the same people around,
parent involvement.
helping out. Yep. We got a real team. We got those birthdays where they September, August, October. So we doing birthday parties as soon as the season.
Birthday parties,
and I'm making sure everybody there. How can I get involved? I'm making sure my wife involved. I'm opening up my home. Like, we doing stuff like that to make sure they feel like it's more than just football. I don't want you to just be a football. You're gonna be a football player. Even if while you playing ball, that's a couple hours out the day.
Right.
You got all day to be a young man, to be a man, and that's what I'm trying to appeal to right now. That's what I'm trying to build. And if we can get to that and then add that to the football lessons go hand in hand with that, then we're good. We're moving the right way.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it here first. You heard it. Coach, as it relates to the Eastside Raiders, Sterling has been with the Raiders forever. He's a lifelong Raider. He's been in the Raiders. I know he had a short stint with the Saints. No, we ain't gonna talk about that.
I had to go back and get him.
Y'all got Sterling back, but what's the continuity with the Eastside Raiders? Because you all, as an organization, you all are pretty tight. Y'all stay together. What do you think it is? I know you've been with the Raiders for 17 years. 17 years, you know.
Coaching 17 years.
Coaching 17 years.
I played for the Raiders, then my father coached the Raiders too.
Wow.
My father brought me to the Raiders for like 81, he brought me to the Raiders.
All right, y'all hear this history right here. 81. This history right here, Little League history right here.
Yes, my father's been up there since 78.
Wow.
So most of our, we got it's a lot of us, so most of the people, most of our kids, fathers or mothers cheer for the Raiders, play for the Raiders, they just bring their kids back. Cause I brought my sons back to the Raiders. I was living on 7 Mile by the Cowboys. I passed up about 4 or 5 playing fields to come all the way back to King High School.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a family, man. Right. It's a family.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, Coach, as we wrap it up here, Coach, what's some of the final words you want to say that you want to let everybody know about the Southfield Falcons as you all continue to make your march to the national championship? I know the goal is to win a national championship. You're not playing just to be the best in the city or in the region. The goal is to be number 1 and hold that crown at the end of it. You guys are stacked. So what's the final words you want to let people know on behalf of the Southfield Falcons, 12U?
On behalf of the Southfield Falcons, 12U, we coming. Like I know they don't know, but they know it's a new team. Everybody thought it was going to be shaky. You see what it is during the season. We're going into the national season. We haven't had national play. That's what everybody's saying. We snuck out before the season started. We got to it. We made sure we was in the mix, in the motion. We made sure we was singing. We was playing the best teams. We did all that. We just not talking about it, and that's the way we're going about it. We're going to be quiet, but you're going to see us. You're definitely going to see us.
Any final words, Coach?
No, it's game time now. Everybody prepared. We go get out there and make it do what it do.
Game time. Final words on behalf of the Eastside Raiders, Coach.
I respect the Falcons, man. It's like everybody was talking trash about the Falcons, like y'all weren't playing nobody, y'all Cincinnati. Y'all came in and showed, can't cuss, but y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all representing. I respect y'all, man. I respect y'all. Y'all doing stuff that teams been in the league, been around for years couldn't do. Y'all coming here making noise. And I respect y'all. My whole coaches, the whole league respect y'all, man. I know the Raiders respect y'all. I'm talking about the Raiders.
And I will say this.
I'm talking about the Raiders.
We all going to regionals. So after we go at each other and when we on the field, we go on each other's neck. But after the game, we all Team Michigan going to Indianapolis trying to bring this thing back home. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day to me, representing Detroit, Michigan on a national scale, on a regional scale, to let them know we play football here.
Raise the bar.
And raise the bar. And raise the bar.
He giving to them. He giving them the same message. Letting them know we get out of here, we all together.
We all together.
Support each other.
Well, thank you all, man. Let's take a shot, man. All right, 14U. What up, Coach? What's going on, bro? Good. You gonna strap? You gonna put this up right there. All right, all right, all right. We say the best for the last, man. We say the best for last. All right. We got the Eastside Raiders and the Southfield Falcons. Eastside Raiders 14U, Southfield Falcons 13U. All right. Undefeated team right here on the left. National ranked team, highly loaded. Coach Damon, Coach Myron here have done a great job of keeping this group together for several years, all right? And they just got stronger and stronger. And the Eastside Raiders, Coach Al, one of my old players that I coached at King, who was from King High School, who's been with the Eastside Raiders all his life, is the head coach now and has built a strong team there. And if you didn't see the first game, I would say that was one of the better 14U games of the year. It's physical. Good athleticism, good tackling, good skill play, and we are really, really looking forward to this rematch. But first thing first, we want to get some introductions in so that everybody can know who we are about to hear from. So first thing first, Coach Dane, can you just talk a little bit about your team? What have you done to position yourselves to be a top-ranked team, and how important it is for you all to represent for this whole city, this whole region, as you travel about, because you all don't just play a local schedule, you all play a national schedule.
Yeah, so my name is Coach Damon Patton, 13U head coach. So my guys, most of our guys been together since 9U. Older, more levels we've been going. We've been adding pieces on together to build a consistent group of kids. Man, we just built on toughness, grit, man, just trying to install the principles that I learned from when playing college football and just installing in them, man. So that's the main thing. The national schedule, I want to show these boys play the best of the best, iron sharper iron, and go at it. Yeah, show them a different way of life, man. Show them something outside of the city of Detroit. Right. Main thing.
So let's get right to it. Introduce who you got. You got the whole squad. What you man? You got coach and you got players. Introduce everybody. Let us see who you got. Let everybody know who you got.
I got JP here.
JP. Wait, I need to know his position. What are you?
Okay, JP number 5, defensive back.
Okay.
We got Caleb number 44, D tackle. O-line, we got Mr. Hollywood himself.
Hollywood, what's up,
number
my
4,
guy?
quarterback.
Right.
We got Big Vince, number 99.
Man, how old are you? You got hair on your face all day, what?
Big killer out
All
there.
right.
We got Big Sauce, number 1. Hey, you know how he get down.
Man, that boy
number
big,
Sauce.
man. What y'all feeding them boys, man?
That's them potatoes they eating all day. We got little Curly. Hey,
Curly, the playmaker, man.
The
Mr.
heart
Big
and soul
Play.
of the team. We got Moneymaker Zoe.
Zoe, my guy, my lady. What's up, Zoe?
Zoe, wide receiver. DB. We got his name is Dakota, but we call him Dakota. That's his nickname we gave him since 10U.
All right.
Quarterback,
nephew
receiver.
right there. That's my nephew
DB.
right there.
And then we got Big Dewan, number 2. Big dog, big running back, linebacker, all day long, man. They gritty.
And you know you got to introduce my guy right
my
here,
main man. Hey, listen, all this couldn't be done without my main man right here, Coach Myron, man. Had my back since day one, man. So we like brothers out here.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you say it can't be done without Myron, tell me what you mean by that. Why it can't be done without Myron?
Byron is a big man. His influence, his coaching ability, his the way that he had with the kids, man. He has that special bond with the kids that most coaches can't have that special relationship with kids like that. So, man, I owe a lot to that guy. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's give it up, y'all, for the Southfield Falcons 13U, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. All right. Next, we got, man, from King, my guy, Al Satterwhite, man. We got the Eastside Raiders, man, celebrating their 50, the year 50, man. And as we said, man, you guys, are in a prime position to really represent the Raiders in this 50-year anniversary, man. As they say, the legacy continues. And that's the legacy of winning championships. The Eastside Raiders, one of the most historic programs, not only in the city of Detroit, not only in Michigan, but across America. Pound for pound, guys like Jonathan Hankins and others across the NFL have played in this organization, and they have done a fine job of upholding that tradition. But Coach Al, man, how did you get to this point, man, to have a team that's ready to play for the city championship here? What did you all do this year to hold this team together?
Just grind it out. Teaching guys how to enjoy the moment, and teaching guys how to go against adversity and fight all day. You know what I'm saying? Every play, every drive, everything you do, you just gotta you gotta battle and you gotta fight for the wins and for the victories that you gotta get. So we just did a good job of just keeping our kids just grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? Like each and every game.
Okay.
Backs against the wall, and knowing that every day you come out here, you gotta you just gotta appreciate life and appreciate the game that's been represented. So you gotta come out here and give your all every single day.
Right.
Practice, through the details, through everything we do, every rep, everything we go through. You just gotta you gotta lock in, you gotta focus. So the boys just did a good job at that. Staying engaged and just not giving up.
Right. So you got to introduce your squad. You got some killers with you as well, man. So tell us who you got with your coach, man. You got y'all from the east side. Okay, tell them who you got from the east side. Introduce these guys.
I got my guy Muda, my linebacker.
Muda?
Fullback, yeah.
Okay.
And I got my center, Jaden, right here, the anchor of the offense.
Okay.
So starting with him, my center. I got my man John Allen right here, number 2. Great receiver, great DB, great athlete.
Okay.
I got Masai, the young guy. Everybody know Masai, number 6. Running back DB, he got that killer instinct, and he just go hard. Little man that packed a lot of power right here. And we got my man Slim, wide receiver, defensive back. Also, great athlete. I got my man right here, back here, Aaron, 00. Very aggressive. He's a beast. Offensive line, defensive line.
Okay.
Great athlete. He won't probably be a lineman at the next level. He won't do it all.
Right.
I got the quarterback right here, Miles.
Matt Locke, what's up, my boy?
The quarterback, he the leader.
Right.
He the captain.
Right.
He got us here.
Right.
He got us here when nobody believed. We went through a controversy, but he got us here.
Okay.
He led this team. We got another one of my guys, Lamar, he played center, so he bring another controversy to this team, though.
Okay.
No add-on, so he's a good player.
I see you got a couple coaches here with you, man. Who else you got out there in the audience, man?
I Got my OC, Coach Steve out there.
Coach Steve, man. What's up, man? Appreciate you, Coach, man.
Coach Brandon Burke out there also.
Okay. What's up, man? That's what's up, man. Well, man, we appreciate what you all do, man, here. Represent, man. And at this age, this is the final stage, man. You know, when these guys leave you all, they got to be ready to go play high school football. They got to be ready to go play high school football. And when you look at it from a 13U, 14U level, how is important is it the work that you all do to help these kids go to the next level? And why is it so important that you all set your structure up, your program up in a way that so that you guys can really go and be successful, not just in Little League, but in high school?
Yeah, it's critical, man, that they understand the fundamentals. So every day in practice, we got position coaches for all the kids, all the different positions. We're going through fundamentals, structure, and discipline. So that's the main things we're doing for these kids, making sure that they're ready for the next level. And the feedback we get from our coach, from the high school coaches, they love our kids from the Falcons. They already know that when they lead the Falcons program, they're already ready. They're ready-made for high school.
How do you, is that one of the goals to prepare your kids for high school? What do you all do to prepare kids at the 14U level for high school?
Like I said, I be the coach 100%. And then also, you know, just let them know that the competition at that next level, you're going to be going against guys. And so you're actually going to be teammates with a lot of guys that's from different organizations. So when you get to high school, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to compete. Because there's another guy somewhere working hard, you know what I'm saying, putting in that work. You know what I'm saying, in the classroom, you know what I'm saying, outside the classroom, they so, you know, on the field, they getting the extra workouts in. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you have to be prepared for that next level and understand that that's what it's gonna be like when you get there. So you gotta be ready for those, you know what I'm saying, take care of those books. And like you said, you know what I'm saying, all the position coaches and, you know, getting them prepared, you know what I'm saying, and getting stronger, knowing that you're gonna be, you gotta be dedicated to the weight room. You gotta go run track. You got to do all that to be, you know what I'm saying, to be successful at that next level.
Right.
Make sure that you're taking care of those books. So it's going to be a whole lot. And just competing with those guys that you grew up with from all these other organizations. So it's going to be competitive at that next level.
So I'm going to get right to it. We're not wasting no time. And I appreciate that because that was like a little warm up. The first game, let's go back to the first game. I was at that first game, all right? And I felt like the Raiders was really trending to taking this game 4 quarters. And there was a couple plays or two I felt like really turned that tide of that game into the direction where they kind of took control of the game. But tell me your version of the game and how do you feel, you know, you all made, you know, some things that you could have probably capitalized on early on that could have positioned you all to be more competitive throughout that game so that you all could have probably been undefeated going into this championship?
I think it was just a lack of concentration and details at some key points of the game. You know, we were just, you know, we just had a couple miscommunications at certain parts of the game, and you know, they just a fundamental team, and they capitalize off it real fast. If you ain't locked in, if you ain't focused, you know, for 4 quarters and probably every single play, you guys gonna let you gonna pay for it. And, you know, our guys kind of we got caught up and we fell into that trap, and you know, we suffered for that after a few plays, couple nicked up injuries, but you know that's part of the game. So that is what it is. You got to keep playing football, so that doesn't matter at the end of the game.
Right.
So that's you know just knock that out the bud. You know, get injured, guys get injured all day.
Right.
They won the game, but at the end of the day, you just got to be locked in on them guys every single play.
When you all played that game, I felt like they actually, you know, it was really a good game, you know. And what was it about the Raiders that you felt like, you know, set them apart from some of the other teams that you have played throughout the year where it wasn't as lopsided? You know what I mean? You all had some games that I'm like, man, y'all was gonna score 70 points, you know? What was the difference between the Raiders and some of the other teams that you all had played that made that game a little bit more competitive?
The Raiders is a tough physical team, man. Straight up. That front line of trenches, they tough and they physical. So when you physical like that, you can stay in the ball game any day of the game, any day you can be in the ball game. So that physicality that they brought to with their team, it was impressive.
And they say it's hard to beat a team twice, you know. And so, what do you feel like on their team? Like, who are some of the individuals that you know you got to really zero in on to stop? Because I know you all watch film, you do homework. I know you on top of that. Who do you feel like you all got to really key in on to make sure that they don't really
beat you all in certain areas of the game to kind of shift the game in their favor?
Yeah, we're not gonna key in on one person. Like I stated earlier, the game is won in the trenches. So whoever dominates the line of scrimmage in the trenches gonna end up winning the game. Yeah, we ain't gonna put no poster talk out there, no poster board talk. You ain't gonna catch me in that loop. But the game is won in the trenches.
Myron always talking.
And then on the other note, I need my big time players got to step up in big time games, so we got to make those plays.
Right, that's what's up.
Dakota didn't play the first game also.
Yeah, we got a couple of injuries, but
Dakota didn't play that first game. So we had a few injuries that game too, also. So it's gonna be fun.
Right. So what tells me you coaching and your role with the team, man, Myron? Because everybody know you the guy, and you involved. You been with this team for about 7 years with this group of kids, right?
It's our 5th year. We just been with them since 9U. Clear it up a little bit. We started this journey at 9U, me and DP, and actually Coach Wendell and Greg Powers. But actually, we only have 6 kids from the 9U now. The kids go, come and go, and also coaches, come and leave too. So it's more so with the system and me and DP and the kids. The boys are still here, been traveling all around and getting that smoke out the country. So it's really building our, our system. So we really have like a system we run. It's the same thing.
And you said Dakota. How long you been with Dakota? How long you?
Well, I had Dakota since he was 9.
So he's one of the guys that's been with you.
Yeah, one of the guys. Him, Curly,
Dakota,
Jacob.
Curly.
Jacob been with the program since he was 6.
Yep, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that Dakota was injured.
Yeah, in the Raiders game. Yeah, he back.
So that's gonna really open things up a little bit more, huh?
He probably won't play that much. We ain't gonna. We safety first anyway, though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna talk me into talking no junk today.
You ain't gonna get me.
You ain't gonna get it.
Coach,
we'll see in a couple days.
Hey, one of the things that I saw you did a good job of in that first game, like you all were playing smash mouth football. It reminded me of your old coach, Coach Reynolds. The way he was running the ball. I saw Masai was behind in the backfield, and man, he had one play that I felt was really questionable, touchdown called back, and I felt like, man, that play right there really changed the momentum. And then they had a big play where the quarterback, I think Hollywood, broke loose, and he found was his zone open, fast open, and he made that. Them 2 plays right there really. That was like a big swing, but from your perspective, like what is it that you all feel like you all got to do offensively to really establish? Because you got to be able to score some points to keep up with the Falcons. You can't beat the Falcons scoring 1 or 2 touchdowns unless you shorten the game by running the ball.
We got to go out there and win our matchups. Athletes on athletes. We got great athletes. They got great athletes. But hey, those boys up in that front, they real quick on that line. So they got some pieces up there. Right. So our guys, our front line just got to be it just got to be a clash.
You got some dog. You got some nice. Coach said it's all about the trenches, right? And I can't disagree more. I can't agree. I agree 100% with that. You got some dogs in the trenches too, though, right? Yeah. Who are some of your dogs in the trenches that's gonna bite with them as well?
Aaron 00, I got
00.
He gonna fight in the trenches.
Right.
I got my guy Greg, 56. I got some guys that's gonna fight in the trenches. They real tough. So they just got to meet that. They got to meet that attention.
Right.
They got to meet that attention. And they found that out the first game that that you got to be special, you got to be great. You know what I'm saying? So in these big ball games, you're going to run into some guys that's just as good as you, and you're just going to and then you figured it out, you found it out. So now you got to meet that attention.
Right.
So I got some guys, and they understand that. They understand they got to meet that attention.
Right.
They good athletes. They know that.
Right. Coach, talk a little bit about what the Southfield Falcons do in terms of playing a national schedule. What does that really mean? What does that look like? I know we're playing a league here, but there's some things that have happened behind the scenes that everybody in Detroit may not even know about. and tell us where you all have been, what have you done, and how has that prepared you, and what's your goal, and why do you go through all of that? Because some people not even understand the concept or the philosophy behind, the Southfield Falcons.
So basically, our format, we try to get our kids ready for high school, then college. So me being a former college athlete, we want to go around, show them the break. We want to go from city to city, play these tough teams, these national teams, so they can, as I stated before, iron sharpen iron. When they get that background, when they get in there, get these big games, when they come back to the city, they already know, hey, I done played in big games, I done played in the big lights. I'm ready for anything. I'm ready to go against anything at all times. Also, we're just showing them a blueprint for some of the former guys that played at the Falcons and now in the National Football League. So we're giving them the blueprint, the opportunity to show them that, hey, you can do this, you can get to that next level, you can get to high school, get to college, get outside of the city. Some of these kids never been outside of the city. It's bigger than football.
Different states.
We've been in Louisville, #1 national teams. We've been all.
Where have you all been?
So this year we went down to Cincinnati. We beat the Harvard Pilots, one of the top 10 national teams out of California. We didn't do a lot of traveling this year, but last year we've been in Louisville, Georgia. We've been all over. We went down to Tennessee. There's been a lot of places we've been to, off season and during season. So we're just trying to get these kids an understanding of life outside of the city of Detroit.
Right. That's what's up. And I commend you all for doing that, because it takes a lot just to coach a team, and you all work with y'all kids year round. Y'all don't just do 2 or 3 months. But then on top of that, to travel, take time away from your family, and just to do all that. And I've never ever heard of an incident, never heard of a kid not coming back safe. And I commend you all for that, man, because most people talk about all the other stuff, but what they don't talk about is what don't ever happen.
Correct.
And that's nothing. You know what I mean? It's never reported. It's never that. Because if it was, they would talk about it.
Also, we like to do something cultural when we go to these different places. We don't just go to play football. We try to do, like, if they have history or whatever. Like we went to D.C. We've seen all the monuments, and we were able, actually blessed to go to Fort Myers during the 400-year anniversary of the first black slave touching the American soil.
Yeah, that was in Virginia.
We met him in Virginia. We met him in the parking lot. A descendant from the first, that's things they're going to be able to take with them.
Forever,
for life.
Which is not related to football, not winning a championship. It's life. That's what you're talking about. Al, man, you one of my favorite guys, man. You know that, man. We done been together since you was in high school, And when I look at you, man, you always been near and dear to my heart. What was it that made you come back? Because you started off working with Sterl as his assistant coach, and then you progressed up to being a head coach. Like, what's your motivation, and what does the Eastside Raiders mean to you to get you back? Because you've learned a lot, and you always tell me, you talk to other guys about really taking advantage of opportunities, because you were one of the top players on King High School team, and we were loaded. You know what I mean? But some of the things that you learned from your life, I feel, has made you a great coach and a great leader. Talk to us about that so people can understand that, because the Raiders has gotten a special coach, and you as being a leader of that 14U team.
I was pretty much from my mistakes and everything I went through this, and I didn't want to see the kids go through the same thing. So I've been through the highs, and just being a great athlete, but still been through that in the dark. So I still understand both sides. You can be a great athlete, but you still can be in that dark, that dark space alone. So I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen. Not to my organization. I grew up a part of the Raiders, so I just wanted to come back and just show guys that you can beat guys. You can compete with some of the best guys, like these guys, like the Spartan guys that got great history. You can win too. You can go out there and and be a good program and beat these great programs just like them. So and I just was trying to show guys, like, because I'm a competitor, and all I ever wanted to do was play against the best, and always play against the best. So I want my kids to have follow that same, have that same mentality, and not being, not backing down from nobody. Stepping up to the plate. You want the competition.
You know, you're not gonna get anything from just, you know, beating up on guys and anything like that. You gotta, let's go for the big game. You gotta, let's embrace the big games, the big moments.
Right.
That's how you're gonna figure out who you are as a person. You know what kind of player you are. You know, you gotta dig deep.
Right.
And I understand all about that.
So
let's try to get that back to the kids.
For those watching who missed the first game and they didn't see it, what should they expect to see the second time around? Because I know you told me when you left, you say we'll see them again. Well, you got them. You got exactly what you asked for. This is what you wanted, right? You said that you knew that you had a shot, and now you get a chance to go right back at it. So tell everybody what should they expect to see the second time around, because there's a lot of people don't know what to expect. Southfield Falcons, 13U, Eastside Raiders, 14U.
Well, we just got to keep up that pace. You know what I'm saying? We expect this to keep up. It's going to be a ball game, staying focused, keeping up with the pace, every moment locked in. And, you know, just expect the whole, you know what I'm saying, expect the unexpected. You just never know what's going to expect when you, especially when I'm out there coaching. I just like, you know, I feel like I can win at any moment. So,
right.
That's where people expect to be a tough game. You know, we're going to come out there and play defense. We're going to try to, you know, and just try to slow down a high-power offense, you know, and keep up, you know, and match that intensity.
Right.
Keep up with that pace, and that's going to be very important.
Right.
One thing I want to ask you, Coach, as a head coach, you got a big staff, you got a lot of superstar type of players on your team. How the hell do you manage all of that? I mean, you got to be pretty damn good to keep everybody happy. All of your coaches are strong-minded, opinionated individuals from Zoe. I mean, like, it's not like people look at Myron, but shit, I know all the other guys on your staff. Like, you got to, like, a lot of times you fall back, but tell us your approach to that, to managing that type of personnel, because Zoe, Dakota, Hollywood, I mean, all your guys are superstars in their own right. I mean, it's no one guy that's more important, but how you keep everybody happy?
Yeah, it's extremely tough. It's extremely tough, man. I don't know how Phil Jackson did it. That's how I feel like sometimes. But when you get the kids buy-in and let them know, like, listen, you come to this program, you might not get the ball 100 times. But I promise you, you will be better as a man and as a football player coming out of our organization. And if all things line up right, you might be a national champion. So it's tough, but I have meetings every week with my coaches. I set a structure in place. I set a practice plan in place. We stick to our plan. We stick to our guidelines. And you got to hold everybody accountable. You got to hold your coaches accountable. And by having that knit with the guys and that discipline and structure, it's like I said, it's tough, but we making it happen.
Right. As we wrap this up, final words for those who are watching. What should they expect? Tell people what they should expect to see when they come see the Southfield Falcons 13U nationally ranked team line up for the Sound Mind, Sound Body Youth Championship next weekend. What can they expect to see, and why should those people who didn't come to see y'all play or who haven't seen y'all play, those who are in other leagues, what will they see at that game?
They're going to see a show. We're going to put on a show. We're going to go full out, and we're going to leave it on the line.
Right.
Lights out. We're going to leave it on the line, and our boys going to go 1,000%, full throttle every play. And it's going to be a hell of a ball game.
Right. Coach Al, this the rematch. You get your second bite at the apple. Every time, a lot of times people don't get that. What do you want to say as your final words as we wrap this up for the Eastside Raiders perspective going to the last game of the season here locally?
You get the opportunity, kids get the opportunity at second chances. You gotta take advantage of it. You don't get second chances at life. You don't get second chances. So just this opportunity, we just want to take advantage of it. Come out there and just play hard. Give the fans a great show. We gonna come out there and work. We expect to have a great game.
All right. Anything else I missed? Y'all good? Anything else? Good? All right, man. Let's get a shot, man. Thanks a lot, man. Clap it up, man. Get a shot. Let's get a photo with y'all, too. Shaking hands, man. One last shot, baby, right here. Handshake.
All right, bro, good luck. All right, get it right. I've been to do that. I was talking, I know. They probably barely even heard me say anything.